Okay, we're going to bounce around a little bit here. Because there was a bunch of side quests to do after the last chapter. And I decided to do all of them off camera. But I was smart about it. So first, here's the obvious thing you missed. Where's... Good morning, Blade Tval. Good morning, Darkrai. Good morning, Malcolm Blade. But there you are. And hi, 040. It has been a minute, but I will alt-tab just for you. Oh gosh, I don't remember the number. I write this stuff down for a reason. There it is, 17. Okay. Uh, 70, I think, and we were 36 at the beginning of the game. Dragon Age 4, Cyberpunk, and the other stuff. Thank you for me. That's all. Always appreciate you. Hope you're doing as well as you can be. So, morning, Triaxia. Good morning, Dakota. I can see the moon more clearly from here. I can feel the breeze on my face. You're being so mysterious, Joshua. Okay, looks like you aren't just trying to be cool. This sort of thing is your job. This is the sort of thing your job takes, isn't it? The moonlight, position the clouds, slow the wind. Your detail's vital. I wish to lower the possibility of failure as much as possible. Don't say it like that, you idiot. If you fail, you die, you know. Don't worry, the possibility of my failure is very remote. Back in my previous life, I used to conduct missions like this every day. The real danger will come if I succeed. Joshua, do you really absolutely need to do all this? You're Erebonian, same as us. I mean, yeah, circumstances mean none of us can really go home, but I don't get it. Why do you feel like you owe this piddly little backwater anything? Let these Ouroboros idiots do whatever they want to it. And hey, it's still too late, you know? You can come with us, away from Libero. We can head out to some independent state, raise our flag there, you know? And hey, if you really don't like the whole Sky Bandit gig, we can try and find something else to do. I was talking to Callan down. We're thinking Bobcat would make a good, legit shipping vessel. You know, speed and all. Ship delivery service. I can see it having potential. Demand for that kind of service is certainly going up. And actually, yeah, while they wouldn't be able to do a lot of bulk because of the lightness of the ship and the relative lack of space, they could do fast deliveries and just be the fast delivery, you know, the Pony Express. It'd be a safer job than Sky Banditry at any rate. Well, then, technically, we do have some berths open. That you do. Once I've crushed the Society's plan, if I manage to survive, I'll think it over. You needn't worry. This completes our contract. As promised, your cooperation means I'll consider the favor you owe me redeemed. You can depart whenever. I don't mind. Get it? You idiot, moron, jerk. Who the hell was talking about debts? Forget it. Who cares about you? Just go leap into danger and die if that's all you want to do. Sorry, Gisette. Deus' mercy. Not easy playing dumb, is it? Yeah, actually, Darkrai. I do wish she'd finally grow out of her more childish tendencies, even though I think you could have handled that better. It's true. I cannot apologize, but I do feel sorry for what I've done to her. Sure of an odd way of being nice. You want to make it up to her, give her that offer some serious thought. Assuming, of course, you won't be joining up with your nice young bracer lady after this. No, that won't be happening. In the end, the worlds we live in are simply too different. I am a micro-death assassin, and she is a super-death, bracer? Wait, hang on a second. She and I should never meet again. Right. He really is going full Sasuke. Oh my god, Josh. I just want to smack him upside the head. Not hurt him, just like a quick... Quit it. Oh, if that's how you think. This fighter and rogue shall never multi-class. Ugh. Vizet's offer does have some appeal, yeah? It does. I'm going to give it some thought. Look who's decided to show themselves. Yeah, it's just as the lad predicted, approaching from the northeast. You're the man to the bridge. Oh yeah, we are level 73. We actually haven't budged from last time. Bobcat's in perfect condition. In other words, everything's on you. I'm amazed the boss even agreed to this plan. This sounds bad no matter how you look at it. There you are. What's the situation? Just as you predicted it would be. Look at the display. Altitude of 1560 R, entering Liberian territory from north-northeast at 2100 Selg per hour. That kind of altitude and speed, they're normal ships. Looks like that special radar of yours is working, eh? Don't congratulate me yet. We don't know who they are. It's possible they're Erebonian scout ships or something similar. Kyle, do we have visual contact yet? Got him. Sending the image to the display. You can tell they're evil because it's red. Now there's no doubt. That's our target. Just Joshua push-ups. Well, that's the stage set, then. Now it gets exciting. Let's do this, then. Lad, you're ready for this, right? Absolutely. Once I'm in place, begin immediately. Don, Kyle, Josette, thank you for everything. Our relationship may have been based on contract, but glad I met you. It'd be a lot more appropriate to say it once the mission's over with, but I may not get the opportunity. So, let me say it now. Thank you. Be well. Traumatic till the end. Josette, you know you have, like, no chance at hell, right? You know, at the very end, you imagine me so uncute. What's with this thank you business with the face like you're walking your execution? I think hearing that makes me happy. I think those are the words I want to hear. Josette, please stop crushing for 5 seconds. Promise me you won't do anything too crazy, that you'll come back alive. Even who I'm about to pick a war with, I cannot guarantee anything. But I will promise this, even if I don't succeed at my goal, I will come back alive and give you all my thanks. Will that be sufficient? Yeah, don't forget it. I collected my promises, Buster. She's blushing. I mean, if he ends up with Josette, like actually ends up with Josette, I'm gonna laugh. That would be an unexpected direction to take that. Frankly, I'm not sure any anime has it in it to do something like that. Altitude stable, crossing the Liberian airspace now. Sick course for Valeria Lake. Not sure. It doesn't look like the Liberian airships noticed us. Stealth functionality. Nice piece of tech they lit us up with. If we didn't have that doohickey, would be causing a fuss right about now, you know. I mean, forget us. Imagine what would happen if the Liberal Hicks saw that monster coming for them. Yeah, we still haven't seen the airship that we actually have already seen twice in the cinematics. Winter attack? Hell, you idiots panicking for? Check the damn radar. Contact. Small ship on approach from 4 o'clock. Data mismatch. The Capo Sky Bandit Bobcat. Sky Bandits? Seriously, Easel. Oh, well, this extremely intense scene is happening. Thank you, Jesse's Mask. Always appreciate you. But to check, I would have to Alt-Tab in the middle of this extremely intense scene. So I'm going to do it just to mock the scene. Put that towards Avowed, Chance of Sonar, and Expedition 33. Thank you, Jesse's Mask. Back to the intensity. Listen, we've got to keep the will they, won't they going. Fans don't want romance. They want will they, won't they. At least that's what executive producers seem to think, and have thought, for actual decades. I don't know about an anime. I'm not familiar with anime, but that is definitely true in live action. There's even logic behind it. It's flagrantly wrong, but there is actually a logic behind it. The logic is that viewers are more interested in the dynamic of someone who is pursuing someone else rather than the dynamic of someone who's actually with someone else. That's what it really boils down to. Better to want than to have, blah, 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 blah. And it's dumb. And I'm sure it works on someone somewhere, but I've never known such a person. Yeah, exactly. They're just going for the drama instead of the relationship, which could have legit actual drama instead of bullcrap. I hate, I'm sorry. I hate will they, won't they. You know me, I'm not particularly invested in romance and fiction in general, but very few things will piss me off faster and harder than a will they, won't they. Like, you can do it for a little bit. That makes sense. But at a certain point in time, like, there's this line of acceptability, which just starts plummeting. Because you just keep dragging it on. What's actually most aggravating, though, is when they finally have the big connecting moment and they're together. And then the next episode they go back to being will they, won't they. What do we do? Do we pursue? No, leave them alone. Their royal army would have to pike them all. Jesus. We don't have time to bother with small fries. Right now, our only job is clearing out the Glorious's flight path. Let's head back to base for now. We should let Sir Campanella know about the balance. Once again, his moveset continues to be that of the rogue, by the way. They've been pretty consistent about that. They're pulling out. Everything went exactly like he thought it would. Josette, don't worry. It's Joshua Stray we're talking about. He'll come back safe. He's got a promise to keep, after all. The whereabouts of Bond. James Bonds. I was wondering if I wanted to get the last word in. Blade Lord is bold, if nothing else. They screwed up letting him get away. Sorry, guys, I got no excuse. No, you made the right choice. A graveyard is no place for the living to settle their arguments. Hamel, though, why is that causing an itch to the back of my skull? Yeah, didn't Love mention that before? You know anything, Chloe? I don't, I'm sorry. I imagine grandmother would know something, but I think that seems to be some kind of state secret. She might not be willing to tell me until I'm older. Ah, good point. How about you, Olivier? Hamel's in Arabonia, right? It is, although even we don't speak of it much, so it's always a surprise to hear it brought up in conversation. Why is that? Hamel was a village in the southernmost reaches of the Empire near the Liberlian border. I say was, for you will find it on no map of the Empire today. The village was demolished in a landslide some time ago. A number of the residents lost their lives then. As I understand, it's little more than empty ruins and ghosts. It's awful. So that's it, huh? Still, even if a lot of people died, that's no excuse for his actions. I have undersold the scale of the disaster, I think. Rumor says that very few of the villagers survived. Only rescue units saw precisely what happened, but few living these days can claim to know a Hamel resident. Is that bad? It's unheard of for landslides to swallow entire settlements. They're called mountain tsunamis because of how they create waves of pure rock and earth. Yeah, by the way, real-life landslides are terrifying. We've actually talked about this before because fiction likes to play with avalanches, which are a variant. And the general rule is if you could see it coming, it is probably already too late. And there's only a couple of emergency things you can do to pray for a chance. It's an odd thing to suddenly bring up in context, however. What in the world would Hamlet do with Her Majesty and General Morgan or Liberal? At this point, we don't know enough to confirm or deny anything. Let me poke my old nose around some corners of the guild, see what I can find out. And enough about Hamel for now. We got other business. First of all, let me give you payment. C rank. Woo! But they've got a lot with this dragon mess. Down the name of the guild pry out. Really think so? We didn't stop whatever experiment they were running. I don't think we can claim much of a victory on this one. Also means they've conducted experiments in every one of Liberal's major regions. We have to figure out what the Society plans to do next as quick as we can. Why don't you take a break for a while? What? Oh, I heard. I'm serious. You've been running around from Rouen to Grand Selda here, solving case after case with barely so much time to sleep. If you don't take at least a single moment to unwind, you'll snap your springs. We can't take a break in the middle of something so important. We still need to act if Ouroboros makes another move. I don't know how much time we would have to rest, but Lucan has a point. Yeah, you should rest and not overwork yourself, guys. The enemy's patrols have kicked into high gear thanks to the dragon shenanigans. They should be able to handle any immediate danger, I think. I've been meaning to mention, Kurtz found it. It? Wait, like, you mean they found the base? Yes, Kurt reported they got a solid lead a few days ago. If they can pinpoint the base, you'll be busy again soon enough. So I think it'd be a good idea to rest while you can. Remember, part of a bracer's duty is to ensure he can keep performing his duties. I guess the whole thing can end if we take a breather. So, Mayor Maybell has given us a reservation at the Kingfisher Inn on the lakefront to the south. Yeah, I've seen a bit of it, Jesse's Mask. We actually watched a bit of it while we were wrapping up the first game. Not a big fan of the voice acting, to be quite honest. Gameplay looks pretty solid. The hospitality of Bose's beautiful mayor once again shines like a beacon through the fog of weariness. We're going on vacation, right? Yeah, it's time for the vacation episode. So, let's just form our party. Doesn't actually matter. I mean, it's an interesting point, isn't it, Jesse's Mask? But from a review perspective, it is going to cause the score to go down a little bit. To be clear, I am almost entirely focusing my ire on one actress. It's the woman who voices Estelle. Joshua's fine. I've heard Olivier, and I've heard Shara, and they're fine. And most of the NPCs are fine, too. They just really kind of dropped the ball with Estelle. It's very strange. Alright, so then we go and do a bunch of side quests. One of those side quests involves us going to the local mine. Now, this was an unlisted side quest. Thank you, walkthroughs, for existing. To be clear, I want to be very clear about this. When I say unlisted side quest, I mean, we have to go from Bose, we have to go from Bose all the way to the west, and then up to the Ravenous Mine, past Ravenous, and then into the Ravenous Mine, which is like 6 or 7 zones away, to be very clear. And when you get there, they're like, oh yeah, we've totally got a quest for you. Nothing anywhere indicates that this quest even exists. Never mind that it's like a million miles that way. It's almost as far away as it's possible to go at this point in the game. It's weird. Anyways, we go back to the mine, and there's a bunch of soldiers there who are trying to deal with a monster infestation. So we go in and we start dealing with the monsters, and lo and behold, they're actually robots. These little... I don't think the cat likes the robots. This is normal, is the answer to that, Mr. Red. So yeah, we go back to the cave, and we go through the mine. And the mine leads to the Dragon Cave, actually. It's funny you say that. No joke. Seriously. Just... anyways. Long and the short of it is we go and we deal with all of... No, they've actually pronounced it in the remake Dark Knight. It is Bose. We deal with the robots, and they're like, alright, cool. And then we have a meanwhile elsewhere where we see some characters who are named Enhanced Jaegers. And the Enhanced Jaegers show up and say, well, I guess the test was successful. Soon we'll be able to full production. Mwahaha, we're pure evil. And then they leave. But then there's another side quest that I suspected might actually be a decent cutscene. So just out of curiosity, I went ahead and made a backup save before I did that other side quest. Which is right here. So we talked to Corna here. And Corna... informs us, so she is the aunt of a child who was reported dead after the 100 Days War, because we can't get away from the 100 Days War. And she assumed that child was dead for the longest time until extremely recently. And I was like, what? So we find out, we talk, we go through, and it turns out that she has a lead on this child actually existing here and now. So we have to hunt her down. There are no hints whatsoever for how to find her. But of course I have a walkthrough, so I know exactly who it is. Whoops, and I go the wrong way. That's part of the walkthrough. So we go talk to Lila here, and we're like, hey, Lila, what's going on? It's like, hey, you have my most sincere thanks for everything. Okay, I say there's no hints whatsoever. That's actually a lie. When I first saw the picture, which I'm going to show you in just a second because I have to, my first thought was, oh my god, that's Lila. Like, just the knee-jerk reaction was that it was her. If I can find the quest item. Too much crap in my inventory. There it is. There, see? So I saw this picture, and I'm like, that's Lila. 100%. The picture. Yeah, you see... We explained the group was looking for Corna's niece, missing in 100 Days War. Do you have any idea who's in the photo? No, I'm afraid not. You sure? You looked like a bit surprised when you saw it. Yes, I was struck by how much that girl resembles an acquaintance. I was a little unsure if it was her. I'm sorry, I must get back to work. Pardon me. So she just shuts us down. So we go right next door to talk to Maybell. She says, oh man, I'm so glad you're going to be enjoying this vacation. Isn't that great? And then we're like, yeah, by the way, we have a thing for you. Which, there it is. It's under items, of course. I should have known that under the items menu, it was in the items submenu. Still, where in the world did you get this picture? Explain. Is that so? Why does this come up now of all times? I get the feeling you have some idea what's up. I may hit that. Out of curiosity, have you shown the photograph to Lila yet? Actually, yeah, we showed it to her a bit ago. Did you know? Did she say anything? Yeah, she really freaked out for a moment when she saw it. It was so obvious she was hiding something and almost hurt. And I suppose it falls to me to explain. I've known the girl in that picture for ages, and she's very important to me. Yes, we know. You're secret lovers. We get it. The girl in the picture is Lila. Da-da-da-da-da! I'll give you a moment to get your lore shocks in. Also means Lila's like in her 20s. Okay, what? Oh my. Really? Certainly not what I expected. Guys, come on. You sure? Completely and absolutely. Lila came to our home on a certain day 10 years ago. The day the army of Erebonia began its assault on the city of Bose. When Father returned after assisting the evacuation of the citizenry, he had a girl with him. Father would only say that she had been entrusted to him by strangers. The girl was Lila. Now that I look, even she's wearing the same clothes, though they were bloody and torn. It all matches Corna's testimony. He would explain some of the questions. I believe we found Rainey. One quick thing, though, the names. We're looking for a girl named Rainey, not Lila. Rainey? So that was her old name. Yeah, that's what Corna told us, at least. Hang on, you didn't know Lila's real name? No, she never told us. She did not name herself. I found that hard to believe she didn't know her name at that age. I wish she could have given us her name or anything in those days. When Lila came to live with us, she could barely say anything at all. Describe it. As if she was in a state where she'd forgotten how to speak entirely. Heard that extreme mental shock can temporarily rob one of the ability to speak. If something terrible would happen to a child. Dragons gave her strength. What did she witness that day? Her soul was far more hurt than her body when she came to live with us. They all tried her best, but Lila always kept a little distance between herself and everyone else. So we never learned her true name. How'd she get the name Lila, then? Father gave it to her. It was inconvenient, to say the least, for her to remain nameless. We must ask Lila about this again, then. Yeah, only one thing to do. Let me get Sarah to bring her here. Thank you, Sarah. Would you leave us for a bit? Of course, pardon me. Lila, come here. What would you ask of me, Miss Mabel? Our bracer friend showed me this photograph. Certainly a familiar face, isn't it? Lila, this is you, isn't it? I think I can guess why you're remaining quiet. You're concerned about Father, aren't you? I know you feel as though you owe Father a Lila, I don't want that to be a burden on your life, and I know he wouldn't either. Yes, that's why you haven't said anything about this all this time, isn't it? You feel obligated to remain here out of debt to what Father did. Father said it often, didn't he? Those trapped by the shackles of the past can never blaze a new trail. Lila, you've done more than our family could ever expected or asked of you. You don't need to keep shackling yourself to the past. You'll meet this Corna woman. Meet her and reclaim your life. Miss Mabel, I understand what you're trying to say. Unfortunately, however, the Rainey you're searching for is no longer with us. The Rainey was killed in the 100 Days' War alongside her parents. She rests peacefully somewhere in this land. That's what I've told myself all these years. Because if I didn't, it would be too sad and too lonely to bear. I can't believe this. I've been such an idiot. You've been bearing all this with you all this time. I should have... I don't think you need to lie to yourself anymore, don't you? Sorry? Here, Mabel, Sarah, Maynard, people at the market. I bet a lot of others around town, too. Everyone thinks of you as part of their family, Lila. There's no way you're alone anymore. Yeah, Stell's right. I think so as well. I agree. If I might have no humble opinion, you're hardly alone here. Are you listening? Do you see what they mean? You're one of the most... No. With Father gone, you are the most precious, important person in my life. So saying you're alone like that, please don't say something so terribly sad. You've never been alone, Lila, ever. Lila, lying to yourself to forget something painful? It's exactly what Father hated to see. Someone trapped by their past. Father entrusted us with both a valuable lesson. Please don't let it go to waste. Go meet Corna, please. Or does what Father taught us mean so little to you? Ah, very well. I accept defeat. Miss Mabel, you're terrible. I never meant to say no to an argument like that. That is the secret to driving a hard bargain. Let's go meet her. Pardon? You're coming with? All right, her father passed away, so she represents him in spirit. Oh, no, you don't. I'm the one accompanying you this time. Come on, get in front of me. Left, right, let's go. But... It's okay, Lila. You're the star this time. Precisely. See? Listen to the smart bracer, lady. Come on, hurry now. I'll be right behind you. Hey, Belle. Shove. To think things got so complicated. Rainey, I'm so sorry we didn't come looking for you. I wish we could have found you sooner. No, Auntie, don't apologize. It wasn't anyone's fault, except maybe that of the times. For the last 10 years, I can honestly say I've been very happy. Thank you so much, Miss Mabel. I owe you and your father a debt that can never be repaid. No, not at all. If anything, I should be grateful to you and your sister and her husband. Lila's been an important part of my life. I should say Rainey, sorry. No, call her as you have. That's the name she has here, after all. Didn't she make that decision? I would love for her to remain with us, but do you not intend to take her home with you? Oh, I planned to at first, of course, but seeing her now, I couldn't be so cruel. To continue living here with the people she loves and all her friends, no one who loves her would take that away from her. Which, again, should probably be her decision. Oh, now, Dumpling. Don't make that face. Of course, I do hope you'll visit your uncle and me every once in a while. Know the distance will make it difficult, but you both love it. Oh, a distance being issue. Hey, our home's quite far away. You know where the Lehman State is, right? Lehman State, of course I've heard of it. That's where the guild has its training ground and headquarters. So Nyla's not from Liberal. That does explain her unique feeling she's opening off. Yes, Cat? Okay. Even by airship, it's quite a trip. I hope you'll come and visit someday. But even then, I will keep in touch. I promise I'll find time to visit. I'll be counting the days until then. I get another good look at you. You really are the image of your mother. Look like mother? That you do, not just in appearance, but even the way you move, your speech. You really are like your mother when she was your age. I'm sure she's been watching over you. Your wonderful new friends and family, it's what she would have wanted. Live happily, for your mother's sake. I will, Auntie, I promise. Say, Lila? About what we were discussing earlier. When do you plan on doing it? My trip, you mean? I haven't quite decided yet. Alright, just be sure and let me know when you're doing it well in advance, okay? I need to adjust my schedule. What do you mean? Well, I am going with you, after all. I really want to see what your home was like. Besides what? I was thinking it'd be really nice to hear some stories from your childhood. I know you've heard all sorts of stories about me from before you came to live here. I need to find some kind of embarrassing chink in that armor of yours, or I won't be able to do anything with you. You're after my naughtiest secrets? Well, I'm afraid I shall have to disappoint you. My earlier childhood was one of exquisite conduct. Unlike certain infamous tomboys who would be scandalized should their past be made public, I have nothing to fear. Really? I wouldn't underestimate my ability to sniff out the truth if I were you. Now, let's see what you can manage. I'll let you know as soon as I made a decision. Please do. Anyways, what's on the agenda for today? Let's see. A regularly scheduled meeting in the manor from morning till tea time. Afterward, you'll attend the review board for applicants to the market. The review board. That's today? Oh, ideas strike me dead. I just have to read. I have to read those applicant evaluations right away. We have to move it. Go! Something tells me I won't be going to Lehman for a while. Quest complete. And then Estelle's like, yeah! Oh, sorry. Okay, so let's turn everything in. And that should be everything. Yep. Okay. And now we're caught up. I did not mean to erase that save, but whatever. Too late now. Not sure about what, he's like this is the save in the future. Not the save in the past. Also, I just turned in all the quests, including the ones I didn't do just now on camera. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the right save. Alright, who's ready for fishing? I can't stop fishing. I keep doing it even if I had to pawn off my wife! That's gonna have a happy ending. I actually cannot fish off the pier. There's no fishing spot there. That's funny. I've beaten him handily in fishing, so now I can go home feeling great. One fish. New fishing line here. Lake. Lake. Sorry, dumpling. Let's try roe. We got a trout. Nice. I don't know if we could ever actually use these fish for anything other than cooking, I suppose. But whatever. There's the rest of them. I don't know, Mr. Red. It didn't really become a thing until the PS1 era. Like, if you think about it, how many NES and SNES RPGs had fishing? 2? And then you got to the PS1 era, and it just kind of became a thing that every JRPG was doing. Hell, not even JRPG, just RPGs in general. Ahem. It's a long and harrowing story. What happened to run into him on the road? So we invited him to join us. On the road. Why are you traveling again, Kevin? FF6 did not have fishing. I'm sorry. Yeah, neither did 7. Or 8. Or 9. When was the first FF with fishing? 12? Well, technically it's probably 11. But yeah, I think 12 was actually the first FF with fishing. Just continues to prove that the FFs were not JRPGs. Alright, so. To be honest, my goal was to investigate Amber Tower. After we said our goodbyes and Roland, I've been running around looking into all the towers. All the towers? Have you already visited the other ones? Yeah, been busy with that, pretty much. So I was kind of AWOL during the whole dragon business, so I couldn't get a hand with that. Figured you guys might come out here for break after that, so that makes sense. Well then, should we have a sit down right now? How's about we do it over dinner? That'll help the information flow freely. Yeah, I'm just going to keep disagreeing with you on that, Darker. I'm sorry. FF6 does not have a fishing minigame. So yeah, Kevin's cool. I mean, I guess he's already told us his secret job as a super churcher. Abuse me as much as you want. Okay. I was thinking I could give up my body to Estelle's cause. If you want to sacrifice your body, there's ways to arrange that. Yeah, 12 doesn't really have it either, which leaves us with 13. I don't remember if 13 has fishing. 14 obviously does, but doesn't count, which means... I think it's still 12. But the first FF with a truly dedicated fishing minigame is 15. That's weird. Meanwhile, Breath of Fire had that back in 2, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 7 did a lot of minigames. That's why I stalled for a bit over 7, but I couldn't... No, there's no fishing in 7. 13 has corridors. We're fishing for the plot. Well, I did get to spend at least one night in a comfortable bed that time. Remember, the way I remembered, Shara drank you under the table and laid you out like a sack of garbage. This time I'll be able to drink to my heart's content. Yeah, Boff 3's fishing is actually really good. Weirdly good. I haven't played 4, so I'm not sure about that. Sorry, I must have been confused about your party size. You may use the room next door for the men as well. I kind of jumped to the train last second. You guys pick rooms. I'll roll with it. I like how all the guys are like, hey. Olivier's the one who picks. Does this son desire to bunk with me? It's not obvious. A raven with clipped wings, mended by a tender-hearted young girl. I'd be a failure of a bardo and don't hear every detail of that encounter. Also... Agate, try not to murder him. Okay. You know, I should never play Breath of Fire 4 on Falkenstein. That's the vibe I'm getting here. We just talked. It's making it less interesting hearing about it. Maybe more so, in fact. Come on, you two. Don't tease Tita so much. I feel bad for her. Regardless, I would ask Sin and Kevin to show the other. Sure, whatever. Whatever. Sorry, Agate. You're screwed. We're not done with this conversation. Hey! Don't saddle me with Olivier. Oh, man, I would love to murder Olivier. Interesting. So if I'm understanding the array, it's shocking that they actually bothered. There's a slightly different colored drink on the table, right? If you pay attention, that means the dark red one is probably the alcohol, and the orange one is probably not. So the only people with alcohol are Kevin, makes sense, Shara, obviously, and Olivier. Everyone else has a non-alcoholic drink. So, there was a dragon and it warned about the Oriole before flying off. Makes my head spin just thinking about it. What I really don't get is why Ragnar couldn't tell us everything about the Oriole. Actually, there's a line of the Testaments this reminds me of. The goddess, having bequeathed her treasure, sent forth the holy beast to observe the path children of men would take. Is that just cat hair? It is just cat hair. Oh my god. I thought that was a bug. It's just a tuft of cat hair floating around. Ah, it certainly does seem like Ragnar. More pertinent to the point, I feel the command is to observe. Those might be beers, you're right, now that I see that without the text box in the way. Zin and Agate have something in a completely different glass. They have like a mug or something. Instead of a wine glass. They may simply watch over us, and we're commanded to not interfere. What help that is. One way or another, I'm sure this makes it look like the Oriole exists. I think we can even start to piece things together, thanks to what I found in my pipeline round. Hey, you're investigating the towers. Find anything out? A little bit, yeah. I think you guys are familiar with those weird machines at the top, right? Did you know they're currently glowing? Yes, I remember seeing one that was all lit up. I don't quite get what that has to do with the Oriole, though. Well, Captain Schwartz mentioned something. Something weird happened in the room where you fought Alan Richard just before the mechanical monster showed up, right? You're right, the Gospels used, lights in the rooms went out, and then there was this voice out of nowhere giving a warning. The pillars all sunk into the floor. Right, the warning was about the first barrier being no longer operative, and the device towers being enabled. Yeah, that's what I heard. So on a hunch, I double-checked the timing with some witnesses. Those 4 towers started lighting up at stuff the same time the Gospel was used. So the device towers the warning mentioned are the 4 towers of the barrel and the machine at their peaks. I don't get any other explanation, at least. So to sum up, the ruins beneath Grancel Castle what produces the first barrier. However, when Colonel Richard used the Gospel, the barrier was eliminated. No, I think Kevin's just like that, Melkor. There's no sign that Kevin is anything other than just a punk who also happens to be legit at what he does. By contrast, Olivier over there, he is very clearly wearing a mask that is not him. And every time he lets it slip, everything about his speech patterns and his sentence structure changes. So the second barrier. You're going to protect something, you always make sure you have a backup. So it's the question of what kind of barrier it is, or what the hell a barrier is for, though. About that, I'm starting to think it's something to hide the location of the Oriole. Are we all surprised by this? That's right, the Oriole wasn't in the ruins. But it's still supposed to be somewhere in the barrel, right? Exactly. We assume the Society's goal is to obtain the Oriole. I think we'd say their experiments are part of a way to further that goal. They need to do that. All that? Experiments, the Gospels, the Oriole. Seems they're more tightly interwoven than we first believed. The one sitting at the loom would be the man called the Professor. Yeah, it's all him. It's the same guy who put the Gospel on Ragnar's head and made him attack Bose. And the one who... What's up? You got awfully quiet all of a sudden. Yeah, about the Professor. I think he's the one who made Joshua leave in the first place. Wait a moment. You mean he's the one who orchestrated the events that brought Joshua into your home? And then made him leave the way he did? Yes. Jesus Christ, keep up, Shara. I bet he's the one who manipulated Colonel Richard and Kurt's memories. Don't have an explanation for Kurt's memories, it's true. Why do you think this? Well, you see, I can't remember the identity. Show me the shot. Don't put text on the screen. It was a good shot. It was good visual storytelling. Sorry, I guess it's kind of late to bring it up now. No doubt at this point. It's safe to say this person must be the one responsible for all our trouble. A man of twisted morals. I like how the dragon described him. I forget the exact wording. It was quite flowery, but it was something along the lines of, you are someone who only derives joy from life when you are causing harm to others. And by God, that's just Weissman, isn't it? At least from what I've seen so far. I didn't mean to bring all this serious junk when I came out here. No, it's okay. Just I was wondering why someone would do things like this. Make everyone so unhappy. Well, funny you say that. I don't get it. Good. Don't try to understand a weirdo like that. Just worry about being him. He'll keep dragging me into these conversations. We needed that, I think. Kevin? Oh, nothing. How's about we call that enough information swapping for one day? Trying to let this wonderful food go to waste. Yeah, unlike the drinks, they all have exactly the same plate. Let's navigate the forests of meat through the rivers of liquor. Rivers of liquor? That was an unfortunate metaphor. Sure, please do not make me swim. And Olivier's dead. As it should be. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the second foot to drop here. I should mention I peeked ahead for side quests, as I always do. There are no side quests for this chapter, at all. Also, I love this completely unnecessary narration. You'll notice I'm not even reading it. Because there's no reason to. It's like, and then they went fishing. Yeah, I can tell. Because they're on the screen. Fishing, you moron. Don't you slap me back some kind of fruit liquor with a friend while we were fishing? Honey, please, something like that doesn't even count. Right, Princess Tita? I think I'll invoke royal prerogative to refrain from commenting. A tangent from that. Still, you really are good at fishing. Yeah, exactly. It's not even accessibility aid because it's visual. So if you can't see the visuals, then you can't see the text. I don't know, Darkrai. Kevin made quite a showing too. Yeah, Estelle loves fishing. That's actually been mentioned a few times. Not everything has to be a competition, Estelle. Still, though, it's a lovely evening. Everything's perfect forever. Estelle, what is it? Nothing. I think I need to go enjoy that lovely evening for a bit. I'll be back for dinner. Don't be gone too late, or I'll eat your portion too. Is the food comped as well, or are we paying for all this? Still? Shara, don't worry. I'd like you to leave her alone for a little while. This is about Joshua, isn't it? Good guess. The evening was just as lovely back then, too. You know, fair, Mook. Could you imagine trying to commoditize something like food? Olivier should have the pockets for all this. If he's even close to what I think he is. Oh, I should mention, I don't know who Olivier actually is. I mean, obviously they keep peeking the mask, but you know what I mean. I guess I'll say my theory out loud. Do you know how we have, like, there's the Bracers, who are the elite adventurers of Libero. And then you've got the Enforcers, who are the elite of the Ouroboros. They've got the Jaegers, who are the elite mercenary corps of death. And then you've got, I forget what they were called, but whatever Kevin's group is, which is the elite of the... You get where I'm going with this, right? I think that Olivier is one of these elite peoples of Erebonia. I don't know what they're called, but like same category, right? He's part of that group. Ugh. I have played Cold Steel, and I don't remember jack about it. Like, legitimately, when I reach back into my memory of whichever Cold Steel game I played, because I don't know which one it was, what I remember is one mission. Not even like a cutscene, it's just one mission. And there's this one mission where we have to infiltrate, like, some kind of military base, and there's these weird, blocky-looking warehouses all over the place, and we're there with a girl who's wearing way too little clothing. No, this is where we meet her, I think. And I remember being like, what? And the class of whatever were like, we must destroy. And they're like, no, don't destroy. And that's it. That's the full extent of my memories of whichever Cold Steel game that was. It is very vague. I didn't retain that game at all. The only reason I know the name Reen is because I happen to know he's relevant for, like, the whole sequence. The whole quintology, I guess is what that'll be. I had a lovely lady pouring my drinks. I would have no complaints at all. Class 7. So called because I have no idea. You're like a perpetual motion machine. What are you doing? Just sitting back relaxing. Winding down. Oh, we came down here after all. Woo! Sure is relaxing. I just want to go outside for a bit. Okay. See, you'd, like, logic would assume it's called Class 7 because, you know, there are 6 classes prior to this one. But, like, this is anime land, right? It could be Class 7 because the 7th orbit of the stars in the heavens above have reunited with the Demiurge and God himself to create the number 7, which is actually a line and then another line. And if you look at Reen's eyebrows, they make the one line. And if you look at someone else's other lines, they make the other line. And that's why it's called 7. Like, it would be some insane explanation, right? It would be some bonkers thing. Reen is secretly a heartless demigod. I don't know. Yes, we salute because it looks like a 7, and that's why it's called Class 7. It is the 7th dawn of endless death and destruction. But this time it will be different. We will break the cycle of 7. That's why it's called Final Fantasy 7. Because FF7 is actually referencing Class 7. Yeah, Organization 13. A group that had 15 members. It's the 7th Reich of the 7th dawn of the 7th class of the 7th cycle of... help me out here. Of the 7th nation. No, oh wait. The 7th generation. There we go. The 7th generation of the 7 Years' War. And the 7 sins. The 7. I'm only barely joking. Some fiction, I have to pull this away from games because this is mostly like a shows thing. Some fiction really likes to do its numbers too much. Like, there's some things just get absolutely bonkers with how much a specific number is referenced. Oh, what a pretty sunset. Just like that time. Sky, the sunset, the water. It's all just like before. Everyone's having fun, but it's not really the same at all, is it? I'm hopeless, aren't I? Made up my mind to chase after him at my own pace, but Mom and Joshua must be laughing at me. That's right, I did play it once during the dream. If I can do it again. Damn it, Melkor Blade was always part of the conspiracy. I knew it! Melkor Blade is in an eternal war with Darkrai. Wait, what numbers are in Mr. Red's name? The Big Ten Conference? Oh my god, they are remaking Dragon Quest VII. No! That was really pretty stuff. 16. Wait, Mr. Red also has a 7. So Mr. Red and Melkor Blade are unified in their fight against Darkrai. And looks like that's it. Nobody else has numbers in their names. I came by because I was curious who was belting out the melodies. Gotta bet, I didn't think it would be you. I guess you have hobbies other than sneakers and fishing, huh? Harmonica's kind of had a character to me, huh? Not hardly, it suits you. No, because you told me a long time ago to pronounce that as an X. And if I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time, Kennex Cow, then you need to tell me so I can start switching that in my brain to Kenton Cow. Kenton Cow. Oh, that's hard to say. Kenton Cow. There we go. Kenton Cow. Kenton Cow. Means you're going to tell me I'm bad. Even I don't think I'm really good at this. You made a couple of technical mistakes, sure, but what matters is the music and the heart. No performance of yours carries your heart, trust me. Mind if I get a little closer? Oh, sure, go ahead. Got a question I'd like to ask you. What are you going to say when you meet this boyfriend of yours? I gather he left under what we call circumstances, heavy ones. If you finally catch up to him, have you thought about what you're going to do to say to him after all this? Yeah, she's going to smack him upside the head for being stupid. What are you talking about, Darkrai? I didn't see anything at all. I'm sorry. I convinced myself I was going to drag him back in to pull him by the hair, but I don't think I can really do something that forceful or crazy. Completely honest, I don't know what I'd have to say if I even reached Joshua. Even knowing all that, you're still set on finding him? Yeah. Not a lot about his situation and my own feelings. No matter how hard I try, though, the words to deal with it don't come to me when I just sit around. So I'll just let the word come when I finally meet him. After all, my feelings aren't mine alone, right? There's something that grew between us when we were together. I'll only really be able to find the words when I see him again. Once we meet, our hearts will do the talking. That's why I refuse to worry about that till we find him. I mean, sometimes I get a little sentimental, sure. Let's call that lady's privilege. Oh man, that didn't go according to the steps at all. Step 1, Estelle is all sentimental and down. Step 2, Estelle worries over a comment from me. Step 3, I follow up nicely. Step 4, Estelle feels better and her opinion of me rises sharply because of it. See profit. That was the brilliant plan I was aiming for, but some of you skipped steps 2 and 3 and 4. Sorry. You're still a good priest. You do pay attention to people with worries like me. Oh, that's true. That's part of a priest's job. Gotta admit, I was paying attention to you for reasons that are more personal. What do you... Hold that thought. Looks like a boat's approaching. I think someone's inside it. Yeah, hang on. Combat instincts. So, yeah. Is that Kurt? He's apparently very seriously wounded. Okay, yeah, it is Kurt. That's the day I get to see the day where Kurt gets thrashed like this. What the hell happened? Kurt and his team were really close to finding the base from what Lucan told us. Which means Annalise and Karna and Grant should have been... It's bad. I called Lucan on the Inn's phone. He's contacting the other branches of the army. It's gone wrong. Annalise and the others will... We know. Don't panic. We need to get out there and do what we can. Problem is, where the hell did Kurt's boat float in from? It's curious. Valeria Lake has no islands or reefs, correct? That's right. It's tremendously deep, so it floated in from another shore. It would be very hard to divine precisely which shore, though. And it's a lake, and I don't know if you've seen most lakes in real life. They're big. I guess we could ask the army patrol ships to help, but... Kurt? Estelle, Hackett, everyone. It's Kingfisher Inn on the lakeshore in Boves. You drifted on the waves, you tough old goat. Kingfisher, yes, I see. Remember my teammates and I infiltrated the Society's base, and I... Kurt, don't tell me. My memory stolen not once, but twice. Society has intruded upon your mind once again. Please, use your key on me as you did last time. Otherwise, everyone else will... Last time was a desperate improvisation. I won't be able to restore memories locked away by hypnosis. Besides, with your injuries, no, we can't risk it. Yeah, let me try some. And you are? Kevin Grant, Growlsritter. Think Annalise might have told you about me? Hey, you can undo hypnosis? Well, I don't know what I can do about any nasty stuff that's wormed its way into the subconscious. I think it might be a little something if it's just kind of a block in a short term. Doesn't seem like it's been that long since he was hit. So, is this an example of thaumaturgy? You might call it that. It might feel like your head's getting kicked by a mule repeatedly. I'm guessing you don't care much, though. Not at all. Please, kick my head. Kick my head like you do all those mule heads. In the name of she who dwells above, I hold this consecrated septia. Silver reflection of the conscious will, black luminance of time's flow. By your opposing natures, I divest this mortal man of the ties which bind his mind. The fog clear, remain calm and relaxed. Whatever you do, don't try to look into the darkness that lies beyond. I see what you mean when you warn me this will be unpleasant. That is my ego, isn't it? You can tell? I'm surprised. I am proficient in meditation. I'm fine. I think I remember enough now. Impressive technique. You really are more than just a skirt-chasing priest. Yeah, come on, don't inflate my ego too much. I mean, a little, sure, but... Anyhow, what do you remember? Well, the Society is based on the northwest shore of the lake. They built a research facility in secret. How did they... The northwestern part of the lakeshore is sparsely populated at best. Even so, guard airships do patrol of the area. The facility is cleverly hidden. They project a dummy image into the sky to prevent aerial scouting. It's an impressive feat. It's theoretically possible, but how would you approach by land? A deep fog springs up around you as you draw near. We broke through the fog, entered the facility, but then we were ambushed by a team of people calling themselves Enforcers. They caught us completely off guard and crushed us almost immediately. I lost consciousness not long after reaching the boat. Just bending Grant incarnate Annalise like that. Don't worry about it, okay? We're going to save Annalise and the rest. By beating the crap out of them. Don't worry, Kurt. You told us everything we need to know. Smith will have some help with the Royal Army, excuse me. Leave the rest to us. Don't worry, he's just unconscious. That's... okay. I won't worry that he is unconscious. I don't need to tell you this, but... hey, it's going to be the most interesting we've ever done. You know what? I was prepared to settle things one way or another. This happens to be sooner than I thought. Oh, I think that was the shortest vacation in history. It was like a whole day. A small army of us going together would stand out too much. We need to send a group of 4 people. It sounds of it, Annalise and your friends are in the Society's claws. They've been given the same treatment or worse. What do you guys do exactly? Good point. So, take Mr. Priest. Okay, so we're stuck with Kevin. Let's bring machines and... Chloe, I think. Or Olivier. One of these... they're both mages, so it doesn't matter gameplay-wise. Who do you think would have the better dialogue? Olivier or Chloe? Two Oliviers.
Together now.
A bit Chloe. There's certainly a higher density factor, Mr. Red, who's joined the evil Seven conspiracy, along with Trihexia, I noticed, who's also part of the Seven conspiracy. But there's definitely still some padding. I've just gotten more comfortable with skipping over it and not reading out. I have so many lighters. I guess. Yeah, remember, the main plot hasn't even actually really started yet. Of both games, by the way. Like, we've only had hints, bits and pieces. Like, as of this point in time, we still don't know what Weissman's up to. We still don't know what the Ouroboros actually want here. And frankly, the society hasn't even been doing anything other than just bare-bones testing. We're still doing the introductions. Go see the beach soon or something. Yeah, we haven't even found Joshua. So, yeah, no, the pacing and padding are still very serious issues. This is sort of date night you want to take a girlfriend out on a date, really. Someone's as mellowed out as ever. You actually have a girlfriend, Kevin? Quite made me think. I have at least one candidate in each town on the continent. Candidate, so you don't have one. Well, at least let me finish bragging. Kevin, why are you here on your own still? You're becoming kind of a big deal, and you have no backup aside from us. Are the Gralsrid are kind of understaffed? Well, the situation's kind of complicated. I get dispatched out here on a mile and a first, yeah. If stuff really starts hitting the rotating thingamajigger, though, some of my buddies might fly out here. So the Gralsrid's job is to retrieve the artifacts, right? More accurately, investigation, management, and retrieval. Retrieval usually means recovering it from someone. Church has forbidden the average citizen from owning working artifacts, and most nations agree and let us work. Why does the church want to take it away so badly? The thing is, there's lots and lots of different types of artifacts, right? Nobody really knows how or why they work yet, despite that they do work, and depending on how you use them, they can have crazy abilities. What do you think tends to happen when you put infinite cosmic power in the hands of your average citizen? The biggest thing is actually obsession. They can't resist the seduction of power and inevitably use the artifact for nothing good. Seriously? Always? We've seen it happen time and time again throughout history, sadly enough. So you remember Mayor Dalmore well enough to know what I'm talking about, right? It's true, Mayor Dalmore did seem terribly cruel when he showed his true face to us. He seemed like a man who would cast aside anything we'd consider moral restraint. Holding absolute power gives people a warped sort of confidence, erases their ability to control themselves. It's the mission of the Gralsrid to stop that before it happens. Ain't always the prettiest job in the world, but even the Braiths got with stuff they can't talk about publicly, right? It's not any different than that. Yep. Now we have no choice but to plow ahead. Stay alert, they might try to ambush us. It's not like we're being stealthy with this loud motorboat here. Looks like we made it through. Hey, Loke, here's infinite power. And then Loke was corrupted. And a zombie. Don't see him around, but yeah, never let your guard down. First order of business, scouting. Damn right, Diligent Toto. If you find anything technological, that's sort of her job. Like a factory of some sort. Don't seem to be any people here. So those are the robots we were killing in the side quest I just mentioned. Hello, here's the question. Is this tile set reuse? Or is this deliberate? God damn it. This is your fault, Cat. I want you to know that. Oh, you. Who, Cosette? She's still off with the Sky Bandits doing whatever it is they're doing. They just dropped off Joshua as he was attempting to infiltrate this base. Notice he came in on that red airship we saw on the roof. So he's here. So one of, I'd say, two possibilities. Either we're about to cross paths and not notice it, because stories love that. Irritates the snot out of me, by the way. Or he's about to be a boss fight. Take your pick. Oh, Annalise? She's probably here and being, like, in need of rescue, so. Yeah, they're the same ones that showed up in the mine. They really are society-controlled archaisms. But they ain't archaic. They're like the ones that assaulted us in Onberg. They're made recently. In that case, this area might be a factory of some sort for orbital weapon parts. Good point. A lot of the same parts are rolling along. It's strange. Despite all the noise we made, I don't see or hear anyone coming. Yeah, you're right. I think that Annalise or even one of the enforcers would come to investigate. Seems you're probably on some kind of automated patrol. Looks like we really do need to check everything. In the dust, you can fakely make out the imprint of whatever was here previously. Meaty dungeon. That's worrisome, actually. Prevents faint and sleep. Grand cell tunnels. Okay, I'm okay. So I think this is our shortcut. Yeah, this is where we can go restore ourselves. Recover if we need to. I mean, granted, no dungeon in this game has been nearly as bad as the dungeons of the last game, which were just really bad. This is why we needed to bring Tita, is so she could disable all of these robots, and we could salvage them and take them home and maybe make a big paycheck from them. Here, but the, oh, I already read the one. We're repeating. I feel gypped. Oh, God. I honestly feel extremely bad for, you know, the team who had to actually write all those messages. chest's empty, but if you keep opening and closing the lid, it looks like it's talking. Yeah, this series has already had 2? I don't know, the Grand Cell Sewers is technically 3 separate sewer levels combined. And then we had the one under Roland.
Piece of cake.
I was just looking at the levels there.
Hello, I am a chest.
Hello, Mr. Chest. Oh, that's true. This game in particular had the training dungeon. So yeah, that's 3 in this game. Grant! Uh-oh. I think ideas, you're safe. Kurt told us what happened, and we came as soon as we... Yeah... I was actually kind of afraid of that. Alright.
Prepare to hit your doom. Come on, everyone. Yeah!
But yes, I'm not worried about bringing the kid, because she has a Gatling cannon.
Scary.
Anyways, Grant's evil. Let's go kill him. Let's see.
Well, that takes care of that.
Alright, we killed Grant. As I slowly slide my knife into his neck, I tell him, "Don't worry. I'll tell everyone you were a traitor." It swings like that. It's just like the ravens who are controlled at the lighthouse. Sorry, guess I got in the way, huh? Grant! You remember what happened then, Mr. Grant? Fanatic egalitarian xenophobes. No, that sounds about right. Can't remember the face, but someone hijacked my mind or something. I learned to stop any other intruders coming through here. Must be that professor guy. Have they actually said his name? It just occurred to me. I keep calling him Weissman. And I know he said that to Joshua, but in this game they just consistently call him the Professor. Okay, so they still don't know his name. I was just thinking about that. I know the layout. I can get out of my own. Yeah, it was his name. Alba! So we're gonna have to fight the other two as well. For now, we just need to trust him and keep moving. 2 more, right? Let's go rescue the other 2. The orbital droid weapons utilized by the Society are modeled after the ancient Archaism weapons and developed by the research organization The 13 Factories under direct command of an Anguis. Furthermore, these facilities produce primarily standardized humanoid units, such as both types of patrol units, the Vogel, the Scout Unit Port Seeker, as well as the Combat Unit Vanguard. Development based on Guardian for the new, following text redacted. Uh-huh. I also don't remember the the civics ethics off the top of my head. Xenophobe is definitely correct. The U.S. is way too damn immigrants. Governmentally. Even if the majority of the population doesn't agree with the concept. Well, there you go. Plutocracy, definitely. The United States has always been militaristic, so that definitely qualifies. So yeah, there's the final boss of the first game. I'm not sure, but this place seems sort of like a research facility. Maybe they were studying it? Maybe like for ideas for designing their own archaisms? Knowing the society, that does seem plausible. This place is in it even deeper than we thought. Don't forget they raised that budget recently, too, von Falkenstein. Because, you know, that's a great thing to do right now, in the midst of what is effectively a large-scale financial crisis, is to spend more money on the military. Wait, hang on. This chest is empty, and it would eat you if it could. Yeah, anybody who's ever worked in military accounting will tell you that a lot of the problem with the military budget is overspending on dumb things. They're overcharged out the wazoo. And they pay it. Yeah, it's nonsense. It's not quite Hollywood accounting, but it's like one step away from that. This is a fun-looking room. I really dislike the lack of map here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I do still have the goggles. That's blue. There's going to be a blue and a green card. Karna! And no pupils. Miss! Oh god, who gave Karna a gun? Every time I fight her, she seems to kick my butt harder. I'm this close to canceling it. Be a good fate. Aside from him that was run over by an airship, yeah, I'm okay. How importantly, did you find the others? Yeah, we just beat the mind control out of Grant a bit ago. I haven't seen Annalise, though. Not worried. Guessing you had a run-in with Enforcer 3. No, I've been hip deep in machines, but no Enforcers. Aside from you guys, there isn't, here at all. Yeah, that's terrifying. There's researchers and Jaegers here when they came in. Treatment of combatants. Temporary combatants acquired from the Jaeger Corps and other sources receive following treatments. Physical Enhancement Program, Combat Technique Enhancement Program, Chain of Command Obedience Program, Protection of Secret Hypnosis Program. Sure, whatever. Thank you for asking for permission. Okay, so we got green. I was afraid of that. This chest is as empty as your soul. Call me out there, game. Yep, I can even do a song if I do it. This isn't Halloween. This isn't Halloween. Nothing screams in the dead of night. One second, I need to double check something real quick here. I apologize for this. I just need to double check something. Oh, seeking the death penalty. I didn't know Utah even had the death penalty. Hmm. I'm sorry this is taking so long. There it is. It has nothing to do with anything. Hmm. Alright. Moving on. Where was I? I've lost my mental map. I will continue to roll my eyes at AI generation even existing. It's not common you'll hear me say something like this, but that stuff shouldn't even be public, to be very frank. No, So there's like a fourth key card? Whatever, there's a green door down here, so let's go get that really quick. Sure we already went in here? Yeah, we did. Okay. Not gone in here. Worth it. Yeah. actually a lot of experience at this point in time. There's our blue key card. Again, by the way. It's like our third blue key card. Ooh. Somewhere deep inside the last pulsing remnant of your soul, you know you're a monster. Feel called out for some reason. Well, it's the first one I've encountered, Malcolm Blade, so pretty sure it is in fact the first. We have upgraded our level design to Doom 1. You lift the chest over your head and shake as hard as you can, but nothing comes out. Well, it's an impressive display of strength, at least. Who's next? Annalise! No! Damn you, Von Falkenstein. Oh god, Cardboard Golem, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
Come on!
Yeah, Oak. Where did that little goof get so strong anyway? Yeah, why weren't you that strong when you were fighting for me, Annalise? Kevin's here. Thank you for coming to save me. Nothing that a soak at Elmo can't fix. Promised we'd have a big rival fight, but I didn't want it to be like this. It's okay, I was always going to win. Well, they infiltrated, and that's as far as we know. I mean, it's pretty obvious that based on the fact that they infiltrated, this place was filled with researchers and Jaegers, and now it's completely freaking empty, except for a couple of bots and our own hypnotized party members that somebody is playing with us. I spotted Joshua. What? When the Jaegers were chasing us down, he showed up and broke through their lines. I recognize his clothes and black hair. I'm pretty sure it was him. Sorry, Annalise, don't leave it there. Where'd he go? I'm not sure. We managed to get out of the spot, but ultimately they caught us. Could have headed for the roof, though. Some kind of airship dock in the roof of the building. I remember the soldiers and researchers heading that way. Annalise, can you get out on your own? Yeah, sure. This doesn't have trap written all over it. This is like a horror show. Yeah. About Beta. Based on the data collected from the experiments performed throughout Liberal, the Beta has entered the final tuning phase. Emulator fully simulates the functionality of the original and manages a 90% synchronization rate with orbital fields. As a result, its size has increased, but the execution of the gospel plan should be... And now we have the blue cards. Now we gotta do some backtracking. Damn you, backtracking. Damn you to hell. I've been looted so many times, I'm thinking of putting in a request to the Breakers Guild to catch the culprits. Done! Mission accomplished. Yeah, let's not go that way yet. Okay. Lube isn't an innuendo. Like, that's just part of getting a mechanism working correctly, like a car. It's a mechanic thing. The oil, right? Yeah, I know it's shocking that there's usages for it other than that. Whatever this is, this better be worth it. I pause. Fire step, that's 200. I'll take it. I've been looted 2 games now. I won't stand for this much longer. No, Bragwin. I think she's focusing on the word lube. I think. I am presuming, because I'm not even sure. Yeah, I know, Bragman. I know what lubricant is.
Alright, what's...
I have changed the oil in my car. Many times. It's fine, language is weird. We're walking. If I can quote myself, you can sexualize anything if you try hard enough. Including the sentence I just said. Hang on. Let's see if there's anything outside. That's right, we need to ban cars for the children. No. Engines. We need to ban engines. We gotta go after the worst and dumbest possible thing. No, this is fine. Is there nothing here? Just a chest. Ooh, a cookie. Listen, no government in the world would go after something legitimate for actual reasons. So it's got to be some really dumb thing, and it's got to be an excuse for some other evil dumb thing. So let's go after electric cars, specifically, because we're getting paid off for it by the oil industry. Oh, but our excuse is it's for the children, because electric cars cause autism. All autism, just the whole spectrum, just everything. Why are you so cold? Wake up, wake up. Why are you here? Hang on. Damn it, get away. Nice reflexes. Yeah, of course he's one of the bots. Duh! We saw this coming, right? So I was partially right. We are fighting Joshua. 3 times! And yeah, this has Weissman written all over it. Dude is just a sadist. He's just trolling at this point. Those have a lot of health. Ooh, okay. Okay.
Come on, everyone.
No
Okay.
problem.
Yeah, we're gonna come out swinging on that. Oh, it's cute. They know attack delay, AT delay. Oh, they know AOE AT delay. Oh, this is great. Let's do this.
Prepare to meet your doom.
Damn, resisted. I didn't think that would work, but okay. Yeah, prepare to eat your doom. Like that little hesitant before the D in doom. It was very cute. One down.
Come on, everyone.
No
Okay.
problem.
Yeah, notice they force you into starting in a surprise pincer strike too. So that's cute. Whoops. No, why, Melkor Blade? Why? That's what I thought.
We're good to go.
I know, right, Easel? Lots of time, Sepith. You were just a fraction too slow in realizing the deception, I fear. I'm afraid this is check-in, mate. And down we go. Well, that sucked. It's a bit too easy a sport, really, but at least your reactions were amusing. Maybe a small token of gratitude, but allow me to invite you to a place I think you'll find very interesting. Seriously, Estelle gets knocked out so often, it's kind of weird. I mean, a lot of people do, but Estelle just consistently gets knocked out. Unfortunately, my counters aren't here. They're packed. Hey, Estelle, you all... What's wrong? Estelle? Someone told me this is a bad joke. Okay. This is what we in the business would normally refer to as bad. Sorry. Liquid! This is... Estelle. Why? It's okay. It's enough. I was always just a broken puppet. I can never go back to being human. So enough. Enough. Thank you. Goodbye, Estelle. God, what a dick. Now he's just doing mind games just to be a dick. What a dick. Scream, you okay, Estelle? Man, oh good, just a dream. Did you have a scary nightmare? Yeah, total nightmare. Now that freaky doll's even showing in my dreams, I mean... Wait a second. Ren, what are you doing here? I was wondering when you were going to act all surprised. You're so laid back. I love that about you. Forgive me for not being on the ball right after waking up. Anyways, where... It's not so odd for me to be here, you know. We're actually at our brand new base. We got the window. Freaking finally! I'd like to say it's a surprise, but again, we saw this in 2 separate cinematics. So yeah, of course they have a behemoth. I've played FF2. I know how this works. Probably the glorious. aboard the Crimson Ark, the Glorious. The ship could beat up an entire army. Don't you think is the best toy ever? You people, what are you planning on doing with something like this? Our guest is finally awoken. Welcome aboard, Estelle. I trust your nap was restful. I'm sure you're quite out of sorts being brought aboard with no fanfare. Fear not. We haven't brought you here to cause you any harm. Far from it, in fact. You're free to relax here. I'm going to take the chance to have a nice chat about the society, our goals, and our common friends. I think I can answer many of your questions. Fine, I don't have much of a choice. Let's hear it. Excellent, I'll be waiting. Ren, be a darling and show Estelle the way up here, would you? Sure, okay. Yeah, I guess so, Melkor. No side quests aboard the Glorious. You can be so serious. I think you like what we have to say. What do you mean? You'll just have to find out. Anyways, follow me. Come on, come on. This is an interesting party makeup. Knockout meatball. No matter where you go in this life, there's always someone looking to take you for all you've got. It happened to me, and it will happen to you. No. Past tense. Did happen to me. Really starting to get more repeats for these, by the way. You'll notice I've only been reading about half of the chest messages out loud. Voice identification from using the elevator. Cute. Do they have air ducts? Here we are, Sanctuary. Professor should be just inside. Hey, Ren. Are you the one controlling the Joshua pup in the base? Uh-huh, that's right. Professor asked me to. Neat, huh? So you're a victim of the society, too. Never mind. Here I go. Jesus. Ego much. Look at this hallway. There's not even anything in it. Hi, Ganondorf. This is inside an airship, right? What a colossal waste of space. Welcome aboard the Glorious. It's been some time since last we met, Estelle. Professor Alba, I thought it was you. I remember when I heard your voice a minute ago. Cassius Bright's daughter continues to impress. The seal in your memory wasn't particularly strong, but throwing it off on your own is still worthy of some manner of praise. My apologies. I have yet to properly introduce myself. My true name is George Weissman. I'm one of the Anguis, supervisors of the Society. So you're like one of the High Commanders? Something like that. Now, as I said before, I am completely prepared to answer any questions you have. What would you like to ask first? Honestly, there's so much to ask, I'm not sure where to start. You needn't fret, take your time thinking things over. If it pleases you, I could play a relaxing etude while you collect your thoughts. I think I'll pass. You know, you didn't strike me as someone to be into that sort of thing. Here's a question. Was the whole poor archaeologist thing a total act, or what? Putting poverty aside, I actually am an archaeologist. As an aside, I picked up the pipe organ during my time with the church. I may not be that Erebonian you spent so much time with, but I dare say I'm decent, wouldn't you? Hang on, the church like the Septian? I was something of an academic priest. A chance meeting with the Grand Master led me to discarding the path of faith. My knowledge of artifacts, paltry as it is, still proves useful from time to time, thankfully. With our current plan, in particular, the one who tempted Colonel Richard into starting the coup, and the one who arranged all the gospel experiments, it was you. It certainly was. It was all for the sake of our cause. The gospel plan? I saw something in the research facility about that. The plan is to take the Oriole, isn't it? Take the Oriole. It's not entirely accurate, but for the purposes of this conversation, it will suffice. Yes. What is the Oriole anyway? Why do you want it so bad? I know it's said to be one of the treasures of Idios, but what is it? For the moment, I must keep the exact nature of the Oriole a secret. I would, after all, so hate to spoil the surprise. Surprise, right, thanks. Our plan has moved into its third phase. Very, very soon now, its nature will be plain to see. I can barely contain my anticipation. Once the Oriole has shown itself, then we will see the potential of mankind unfurl before our eyes. Potential of mankind? Record said something about that too. Oh? The Holy Beast was willing to bestow his wisdom upon you. Perhaps you are doing more than simply living in your father's shadow. Spare me the flattery. What the hell, I keep asking you things, you keep dodging the answers. Do forgive me, it wasn't my intention to be so evasive. I can, however, easily ask the question I know you want to ask most. Notice that he is still dodging questions, even as he says, I'm sorry for dodging questions. You caught that, right? What keeps you from asking it? Don't be afraid. Muster your courage. Ask it of me. Where's Joshua? His exact location is currently unknown to me. From what I've observed, he's up to something with the Sky Bandits. Their movements have proven quite elusive. Ow. Though he's alive and well, I can assure you. Joshua's specialities are covert operation and guerrilla warfare. I was the one who tuned him to excel as such. But he's long since surpassed even my greatest expectations. I gleefully await seeing the height of his potential. Come now, you didn't need look so angry. When Joshua was entrusted to my care, his heart was akin to a glass ornament dashed against a paving stone. He was my first attempt at rebuilding a shattered soul. It's not natural, you think? Is it not natural, you think, for an academic to be curious about the results of his work? Did you tell Joshua on the day of the Queen's birthday celebration? I merely removed the block in his memory and told him the truth. That he once taken your home had unwittingly been acting as a spy and sending guild information to the Society. Richard's coup succeeded in its own right because of him, and finally, thanks to our efforts, the ground was at last fertile for our plan. I even rewarded him. I formally released him from his obligations to the Society. Finally get it. Why Joshua? Why he disappeared? Why he said goodbye with that look on his face? Yes, I must say I did find that regrettable. To think Joshua would abandon you so coldly after regaining himself. I recommended he just pretend he knew nothing of it and continue his life with you, but alas. I suppose my generosity backfired, no. I'm amazed. I'm amazed you can even say that. You were the one who chased Joshua into a corner in the first place. He didn't have a choice. He had to look like that. He didn't give his harmonica to me and say goodbye. And all of it, every last bit, it's all your fault. Hi, Love. Where did you come from? I was here from the start. You simply didn't bother to notice. What an undignified performance. You performed so well in completing my challenges, too. Did I not teach you to think before you act? Well, I'll give her some credit. It takes balls to pick a fight with him. Agreed. Regardless of her skills, her courage is certainly impressive. I wonder if I should call it courage or foolishness. Crap. So you're the Divine Blade's daughter. That'll be the first time we met. I'm Enforcer number 0, Campanella, the Fool. Nice to meet you. Another one. Stop it, you guys are scaring Estelle. Ren too? Oh, you needn't worry, Estelle. I know what I said last time. We aren't going to hurt you or anything. Promise. Yeah, okay. Even I think this is a little bit of a one-sided situation. Hey, Professor, why don't ask Estelle right now? Well, now's as good a time as any. How about it, Estelle? Would you like to join Ouroboros? What? I'm sorry, I misheard that. Would you say that one more time? I asked if you would like to join the Society of Ouroboros. You wouldn't become a full-fledged enforcer right away, of course. You'd be a candidate for the position. Are you insane? Come now. It's hardly a leap of logic you're thinking. Joshua's been rather stubborn about returning, but with you here... Estelle, you want to see Joshua win more than anything, right? If you join us, that'll come true right away. What's there to even think about? But I... Now, Estelle might need some time to weigh her options. We'll be departing the ship for a little while on business. You may give us your answer when we return. I do apologize for this, but your options must remain fairly limited during your stay. Feel free to request anything you need, but you'll be staying in your cabin. That would be a hell of a thing, wouldn't it, Black Duel? Join the Society, I'll meet Joshua again. It's all but guaranteed. Besides, I don't have to join them for real. Right? They only have the ability to literally mind control people. My mind would totally be my own. I can just, like, pretend to join them, learn how they operate. The best actress in the world, so it might be hard, but it's better than just being locked out. No, that's stupid. This isn't the way I do things. Pardon me. As I say, at this point, if she's going to escape, it's because one of the enforcers let her. Let's be real. No need to be so on guard. I have no intention of harming you. Though if you try something like a little stunt years earlier, I may have no other choice. Well, sorry. What are you doing here anyways? Weren't you guys out somewhere? The professor and the others are the ones who will be advancing the plan. I'm staying behind, minding the glorious. What is it you people are planning on doing? If you wish to find out, why not accept the professor's invitation? You'll learn most of our plans if you do. Seems you have your answer, but you're still hesitating, aren't you? Well, my advice. You are not suited for the Society of Ouroboros. At all. In both ability and personality. You have to be so completely blunt about it. Don't misunderstand the potential for necessary skills within you. Somewhere. But your personality, you have too little darkness in you to be part of Ouroboros. All those in service to the Grand Master bear some kind of darkness on their shoulders. Myself, the Professor, the Enforcers, Joshua too, needless to say. Hey, what's your relationship to Joshua anyways? Our relationship? Yeah, he was really focused on you. He seemed to know who you were even though he didn't recognize you with the mask on. Top of that, he was desperate to find out who you were. That doesn't surprise me. Professor sealed part of his memory away. He was hypnotized in such a way that the moment he left the Society, he would remember little about us. Even if he remembered his actions as part of the Society, he could not remember his Confederates. That would have been the core of his dilemma. Memories of his childhood would be the same. Even if he remembers Karen, he likely would only loosely remember me. But Karen, I've heard that name before. Karen Astray. A childhood friend of mine and Joshua's older sister. She died 10 years ago. That harmonic you have was originally Karen's. Joshua held on to it as a memento. And then it was passed on to you. Joshua had an older sister? How did Karen pass away? I hope you know what you're really asking. The answer to that question requires staring into the abyss in which Joshua and the rest of us reside, and it will stare back. Are you prepared for that? Tell me. I don't know if I'm ready for what's coming or whatever, but I want to know the path Joshua has followed. If nothing else, I have to know that. I like that. I like that right there. Solidarity despite uncertainty. It was a little over 10 years ago. Back then, you could still find the village of Hamel on the maps of Ereboni and the Barrel. Hamel was a tiny little place. There weren't many other young people, so the three of us were always together. I dreamed of becoming a bracer, and I spent my free time practicing my swordsmanship. Karen and Joshua would watch and encourage me. That's how we whiled the days away. Once I was done with practice, we would turn our ears to Karen's harmonica. Karen could play anything on the harmonica, anything, but my favorite was always the old Erebonian folk song, Whereabouts of Light. It seemed like that bliss would last forever. We believed that. We had no reason to doubt it. The day dawned, that day dawned and began just like any other, and then they came. A band of invaders, garbed in black and armed with Liberalian weaponry, came from nowhere. They encircled the village and slaughtered everyone in sight. None were spared. Not the old, not the infirm, not the young, not the defenseless, not even infants. Those who were killed quickly in the opening moments were luckiest by far. Even in this telling, there are some things I will not recount. We fled desperately from that hell. We were lucky to be in a position to escape when the attack began. We fled for the outskirts of the village. The screams of our own families carried to our ears on the wind. Once we got to the outskirts, I told Karen and Joshua to act as bait to confuse the pursuers. I promised them I would catch up to them and sent them ahead. The attackers had laid their plans well. They had people in position to deal with any who tried to flee. Interesting issues there. When I finally caught up to them, the scene was strangely quiet. A man shot dead through the throat. Joshua with his gun in his hand, dumbstruck, and Karen holding Joshua with a horrific wound on her back. She was barely breathing at that point. Even now, the scene seemed surreal to me. Karen was calm and content. She entrusted the harmonica to Joshua and asked I take care of him. And she died quietly in that clearing. Why did... The Empire invaded Liberal almost immediately after. A defenseless little village, its inhabitants slaughtered by men with Liberalian arms. It was almost too perfect of an excuse to invade. Liberalian troops doing that? When the local garrison found us, they were adamant the invaders were Liberalian. When the war ended a few months later with the Emperor's defeat, we were given a different tale entirely. They told us instead a band of Jaeger dropouts had turned to pure bigotry. They told us never to speak of anyone else of the attack. The Erebonian authorities announced that Hamel had been destroyed in a landslide. All roads leading there closed completely. What? Why would they lie about that? Neither explanation makes sense. Indeed, everything was a fabrication by the Warhawks and the Empire to justify the invasion of Liberal. At the end of the war, the ruse was discovered. The government was thrown into a panic. They conceded to a comprehensive peace and executed nearly everyone involved in the plot, all to pretend it never happened. I was a little wrong, but I called it. Oh, yeah, the war was short because the actual government didn't want it. One faction of the government wanted it. And the moment they found out, they were like, whoop! And they chopped that off hard. God damn. No wonder the peace was so swift and so thorough. I mean, if word got out about that, the Empire itself would probably lose some of its own support internally. They might actually face civil war over that. And you know Calvert would take advantage of that. Wow. Okay. That is still bright. Yeah, no, it's probably literally a governmental treaty that they're not allowed to talk about it. That is the tragedy of Hamel in full. It's also when Joshua's heart was broken entirely. He was now burdened with torturous death of his sister, his parents, everything he knew, and the shock of taking someone's life. How can that not shatter the soul of a 6-year-old child? You've likely heard the rest from Joshua. His spirit was so wholly broken he lost all will to do anything but play the harmonica. He began to waste away. When the two of us were found by Weissman. To save his life, I'd entrusted him to Weissman's care and threw myself into Ouroboros training. 2 years later, Joshua prepared, as he was by Weissman, follow the same path. This is darkness, Estelle Bright. You understand what sort of gulf separates you and Joshua now? You understand what he stares into every day? I do, yeah. I think I really understand why Joshua left. Next time you see him, tell Weissman thanks, but no thanks. I'll never join Ouroboros. It's not because I like or dislike the society. As long as I'm going to pull Joshua back over that gulf you mentioned, forget it. Although I do feel kind of bad about letting Ren down after she went all the trouble to invite me. Think she'll forgive me if I say I'm sorry? You're one of a kind, Estelle Bright. To hear those horrors and lose your hesitation? You're more than just the daughter of the Divine Blade. Thanks for the compliment, I guess. You say all that, but you care about Joshua too, right? You guys were friends. Maybe more like brothers. Let me be absolutely clear, that was 10 years ago. To me, now, he's nothing more than a rogue element to be eliminated. The professor seems to enjoy letting Joshua do as he please. I have a different plan in mind. Sooner or later, I will deal with Joshua personally. Wait a second, what the hell is this? Karen asked you to take care of him. Does that mean anything to you? I have my own path I've chosen for myself. I've dedicated myself to my goal, and any who stand in my way shall die by my blade. Even Karen's final request will stop. What? What? Yeah, I think you're right, Peepy Good Fate. I think he's the serious one of the bunch. Looks like the third stage of the plan is underway. It's not for you to know. Once we're finished, you'll be returned to your father. Behave until then. There's one final note. Don't even think of attempting to escape. The Glorious is 8,000 arg above the ground. You have nowhere to run. So arg is a meter, right? If so, we're 8 kilometers in the air. If he doesn't know it's human nature, I'm going to want to be the exact opposite. Besides, he's the only enforcer on board. Let's do this. Okay, timing's gonna be everything. If I can figure that out, I'll be good. See, I'll wait a couple hours until they let their guard down, and then... Right. So this is a memento of Karen, huh? Let's do this! Couldn't throw away something like this so easily, idiot. Meanwhile... 20 feet that way. We are evil because we are masked and have guns. And red. Oh, it's the enhanced Jaegers. Time to change shifts. How's the girl acting? Quiet as a mouse. Might be abrasive, but she's still just a kid. Probably curled up in bed, scared out of her mind. Babysitting while everyone else out sucks. This is so boring. I want to get out there into the action. Get your whining. These are Lionheart's orders. And hell if I'm not going to follow his instructions to the letter. Yeah. What does that sound? What are you doing? You don't think she escaped? Damn it. Stupid girl. Does she not get where she is? Is she trying to kill herself or something? Ah, oh, God, take me right now. She probably fell. You've got to be kidding me. We're going to tell Leonhardt that'll let us keep our heads. Damn brat. Nothing but a load of trouble. I mean, duh. You may be enhanced Jaegers, but I'm still the PC, so bring it. I didn't call you that, I swear. Well, you didn't correct your buddy either. Either way, nap time. And she probably just caved his skull in. Okay. I won't give up. Until I see Joshua, but until I see that dummy again. Remember, he's still here somewhere, right? Okay, so let's grab a save. I know this is hype music and all, but I need to jot down some notes really quick. So we'll just do that really quick. Yes, push-ups. You know, you could have started the game here. I'm just saying. All right. Oh my God, these stupid song titles are terrible. I was going to pull up the Song of the Glorious, but as you might imagine, none of these are called... Oh, wait, hang on. This might be it. This'll do. I'm a pretty good editor, Melkor Blade. I actually take legitimate pride in that. I could probably do some stuff with this game. Yes, Tom Clancy is actually a zombie. No, he died young. 12 years ago. Hi, Nordame. Yeah, we've finally hit the main plot, Lucas Slaughter, if you can imagine such a thing. I was just jotting down some notes about it really quick. I don't know if I agree with that sentence, Magister. I think we could have hit this about a week ago. Okay. Let us get on with it, shall we? So we know the voice thing, so that's not going to help anything. I've noticed that too, easel games. I have no idea if any of the future games do this, but I was actually talking with a friend just last night about the value of editing in writing. Yeah, I know, I talk about that a lot, so it's not like it's an unusual discussion to have. But one of the things I said, which I stand by, is the world's filled with great writers, but the world doesn't have a very large amount of great editors. And most groups devalue editing in general, I've noticed. I don't even just mean like professionally. I mean like most people tend to not care if something is well edited. They just care if the core meat of the story is good, regardless of any of the specifics of implementation. No judgment, just an observation. Yeah, writers are already at the bottom of the page, and they tend to look down at editors. That's actually a really common problem going back at least 60 years that I know of. I suppose that's possible, Blade Tomorrow. I could amend my statement to make it slightly more technically accurate, but you'll forgive me for not buying into the technically bait and just saying my original statement. What the hell are those? Yeah, ironically, editing takes more time and effort than writing. And writing is not exactly a quick profession. At least not good writing. Yeah, that's what I thought. The reason I bring that up is I've noticed that the writing style of these games is very much... I don't know how to put it. Write everything, right? Just write everything. Just throw it all out on the page. All of it. Does that make sense? I mention this because I've seen writers who do exactly like that. I don't want to call it word vomit because that sounds insulting. But, you know, wonk. Come on. Come on. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no kidding, Blade Duval. It is what it is. I have to admit, I take a little bit of personal umbrage at the whole idea because I tend to think of myself more as an editor than a writer. I'm a good writer. I am a damn good editor. deck. Some of this thing has to be so ridiculously huge and easy to get lost in. Spent my little hopes to find the parachute or take control of smaller ships. Either way, I gotta keep going. More words equals better. I have confused? There it is, right at the bottom. We do have some attack cookies as well. And I was actually planning to use that on our next major boss. I figured the Joshua fight wasn't it. But too bad escaping from custody in the Glorious and all. Daughter of Cassius Bright does not disappoint. I understand, of course, trying to resist is pointless. Be a good girl, lay down your weapon. This is pathetic showing, Estelle Bright. Oh, don't recognize you with the helmet, do you? Look into the face of the one who bested you! Hang on, before they reveal it... I don't actually know who that is. I give up. Oh my god, it's the aide of the mayor. Wow! I doubt you ever thought to encounter me again, even in your worst nightmares, huh? That legitimately took me, like, God, what, like 10 seconds of staring at his face to process. And I have a pretty good visual memory. You're a male Domer's something or other, I think. Can you be so uncertain? Yes, I am Gilbert. That was his name. I can't remember his name. I don't have a good memory for names. Gilbert, former steward of Mayor Delmore. You can't even remember those who have arrested. Unbelievable. Well, excuse the heck out of me for being surprised. I mean, first of all, didn't we hand you over to the army for trial and stuff? How'd you even manage to get here? Yeah, it's Team Rocket. You doubt my resourcefulness. During the coup, I managed to escape in the chaos. Shortly thereafter, Ouroboros found me, so I pledged my allegiance to them. I don't know whether to call out tenacious or thick-headed. You seriously a Jaeger? You're not actually gonna fight, are you? Again, you underestimate me. I'm a prodigy of the sword as much as the pen. A master of both. Remember how you screamed when you got roughed up by the special op guys in the lighthouse? Do you really think you're cut out for combat? It was all high-pitched, too. Like, you know... Silence! I've been part of a huge number of combat enhancement programs since I first entered the Society's service. My physical abilities have been greatly increased. My knowledge of battle tech... He's gonna be a joke, isn't he? Don't think you can best me again, bracer scum. Now then, if you want to live, throw aside your stick, get down on your knees, and beg for mercy. If you do that, I may even forgive your past transgressions. Oh, what an offer. I'm moved to tears over here, really. Sorry, I'm pretty thick-headed, too. Yeep! Maybe I can't beat one of your crazy enforcers, but I sure throw down with the likes of you. Bring it on, Screamer. Good morning, Sean. Huh. Hey, Ten-Headed Hydra. Well, I don't have AoE confused, so...
Here I come!
Anyways, he's dead.
It's just a flesh wound.
Thank you for the sub, Ten-Headed Hydra. So how to be a better editor? Okay, this is going to sound like bragging, but the actual answer is the same thing it is with everything. It's practice. You need to understand narration. No, wrong word. You need to understand narrative. Understanding narrative law, understanding the reason why words work and is kind of a big part of being an editor. But hang on, it's actually worse than that. See, here's the thing. There's laws and math to writing, but it's not like someone sat down and said, this is what writing shall be forever. That's stupid. No, it's just logical byproduct of the way things work. There's no system designed, it's more like system inferred. In other words, certain things work because they work, and we've just paid attention to those things over the years and been capable of studying and analyzing them. But if everything was written the same way, it wouldn't work, would it? So that's the second part of being an editor, is knowing the tone and style the writer's going for and not trying to get in the way of that. Red Dead Redemption 2, Grim Fandango, and Overlord. Thank you, as always. So basically, my advice to you is this. I do agree with Blacheval's advice, but honestly, that's advice I give to writers. Always read what you're going to say out loud. You can catch things better and easier if you read it out loud.
Come on!
That'll have to do.
We're good to go! We're good to go!
Wait, did we really run out of turns or something? I was winning. Bull crap! I had that. Whatever. Looks like you're having a hard time. Allow me to assist. That won't be necessary. She's putting up quite the fight, but we'll wear her down eventually. Of course it is, Easel. Jesus Christ. Hi, Joshua. Been wondering where you were. What are you doing? I'm sorry, but you're not cut out for this. Really, what were you thinking? You may be a full bracer, but you're still a total loose cannon. What are you going to gain by trying to fight them all by yourself? Joshua, this isn't a dream, is it? Seems to be nicer if this were a dream. Unfortunately, reality isn't so convenient. It's been a while, Love. You knew I would find my way on board. It was entirely possible, given your skills. Still, I'm curious how you actually managed it. I boarded one of the scout ships that went ahead on the glow race to check its route. None of the enforcers were about, so it was fairly trivial to sneak in. Even guessed that Weissman would request the Ark. You really haven't lost your touch, Fang. All thanks to you, really. Though it always was a bit nerve-wracking, wondering if you or someone else would find me. There are a few who could see through your skeleton's obfuscation, but stealth has its weaknesses. The instant someone notices you, you lose one advantage. You've lost your advantage, Black Fang. What do you think Black Fang could do against the Blade Lord? Wait. For your information, Love, I'm still plenty ready to go. I don't care how strong you are. We won't make that easy on Stand Back and stuff. Love is powerful, more than both of us combined. Knowing that you still came here. Some might call that naive, but I know you better than that. What drove you to leave her in the first place? If you wish to protect someone, protect them. If you wish to cut them from your life completely, then do it completely. Did I not teach you to be thorough, to be decisive? Yes, you did. It was the very first lesson you taught me after Reisman was done tuning me. Which means I must you should never have left her side. You should have stayed with her, tormented by guilt or otherwise. The fact that you didn't is just another form of escapism. It's nothing but deceit. I know that. I know what you're trying to tell me. Do you really? But in that case, what about you, Love? This shouldn't have been my price alone to pay, my burden. Yet you joined the society too, and now they call you the Blade Lord. Why are you still working with Weissman? My cooperation with Weissman has nothing to do with you. It is because of my desires. Your desires? You mean about Karen? Petty revenge won't bring Karen back. So I want to see if her death was worth it. I want to put humanity to the test. That's why I'm working with the professor. Put humanity to the test. Enough talking. You have three options. You and the girl both surrender. You protect the girl and die. Or you abandon the girl and escape by yourself. Make your choice. I'm sorry, I'll be taking option 4. I fiddled with the orbital engines a little. Left alone, the Society's Glorious Ark will be another wreck on the ocean floor soon. Maybe you could warn me? You really are a magician. You need authorization for the engine room, so I didn't think you'd be able to worm your way in there. I altered each of the 22 engines in a slightly different manner. Weissman could sort it out. Maybe Ren too, but with them gone, the only one left is you. Ah, well done. Use it now. How long do you intend to keep deluding yourself? Hope you have an answer when we next meet. I'll be looking forward to it. Joshua? We can talk later. I've got an airship prepped for an escape. We need to head down the stairs ahead of us and get to the hangar. Yeah, okay. So, of course, the big scene is delayed. He's not that much higher level than she is. Honestly, that didn't look like an interactable to me. Interesting. As I say, from a gameplay perspective, I'm not actually super impressed with this dungeon. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually like the last dungeon better. You know, the keycard one. And look at this place. Okay. Now that is a common problem I've noticed game developers fall into. In fact, I would argue Silksong falls into that. Though I've not played Silksong, I've heard enough to infer such a thing. Emphasis on the narrative at the expense of the gameplay, to summarize. A point in time at which the gameplay suffers because it makes sense. Like narratively, right? Like in terms of in lore. I fully understand the desire to keep things in lore congruent. I do. I'm the one who designed D&D dungeons that made sense in lore because I liked that. But like, gameplay exists for a reason, you know? Actually, yeah, Head On is a pretty good example of that. I'm not gonna eat that, but whatever. Honestly, it's a semi-common problem in gaming. God of War 5 is a perfect example of a game that has a really good narrative axis and focuses on the narrative at the expense of the gameplay. What the hell is this? Vanguard. I think we read about those.
We're not done yet.
No, I've seen worse. I don't want to sound like I'm over-complaining. It's just... It is a common problem. I'm just talking about a talking point, Lord. Like, that being said... There's a lot of copy-pasting going on here. Like, a lot. I've also noticed almost all the loot in here isn't really good. It's very strange because... Whoops. Pay attention, Laura. Because for the most part, the itemization, that is to say, the distribution of items, has been pretty good. But I've noticed in both the previous dungeon and here, most of the chests have not been worthwhile. To put a specific example, right? You see those star rabbits? Unless I have 2 more of them, so I have 3 star rabbits total. I also have better than star rabbits. So I've already one step past that in terms of gear, and yet that's what they drop here. And just this dungeon, played all. God, considering how many chapters are left, I shudder to think of what's left in the game if now is when they started to run into the Sunshine Syndrome point. I didn't mean to say Sunshine Syndrome point, that's excessive. The Sunshine Point. Yeah, this is a pretty boring dungeon. Since when does an airship have its own landing port? Called a carrier. The Crimson Ark, the glorious, pride of the society, is meant to be a mothership of sorts. It can provide berthing to up to 12 smaller vessels. It's unbelievable. I secured a ship earlier for our escape. It's in the hangar farthest in. Up. Yeah, no, it's them using their budget. This is a relative... We make fun of bigger companies when they put out issues like this, but this is legitimately a small company. Vanilla. Joshua, how cold. You have that nice long heart tart with Love. You haven't even stopped to say hello to your old friend Campanella. I didn't think you were still on the ship. Let me guess, you knew I was coming this way. Well, I am one of the one Grandmaster sent to observe the plan. It's my job to notice more than the others do, after all. It's impressive, though. You've changed quite a bit in the, half-decade since we last met. You've become much more of a man, And you literally haven't changed at all. Even your appearance is exactly the same, as though you haven't aged a day. Well, I'll make sure to never skip my daily skincare. Yeah, you're not human. I get it. I've heard you enjoy a good romp and a dress every now and again. Maybe I could introduce you to some cosmetics. Could you be any more aggravating? You were waiting here for us because you wanted us to fight, right? Just fight us already. Oh, goodness, what a strong little girl. I wonder what kind of girl could pluck your heart like a grape. She's a good match for you. Wait, who plucked whose heart? Like, I forget myself, though. Your proper girlfriend is that bandit girl, isn't it? Oh, you're such a stud. It's quite enough of your nonsense. I have no idea how you even know about Josette, but either way, our abilities in combat should be about the same, and I doubt Estelle will just sit idly by. Do you still intend to stop us with force? No, that wasn't my intent at all. I'm just here to observe. I have no duty to impede you two directly. Wait, really? Why bother waiting for us here? To say my farewells, of course. But you know, just saying goodbye isn't very exciting at all, so I thought I'd make your escape story a little bit more riveting. It's Sky Armor. The Pale Apache. Society already has working models. So a new obstacle arises to block the reunited heroes. How will this affect their legend? Let's find out. So... He's fast. I mean, he always has been, but Jesus. No, Shira hasn't hooked up with anybody yet. And for the livers of the world, hopefully she never will.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Well done, well done. I expected less of Joshua, but the Missy's very good as well. Enough of your stupid messing around. No, no need to be so angry. Time for the fool whose act is done to exit stage right. It looked like it did to Cordelia. Well then, you two. Let's meet again. Soon. It's just a little escape trick, you know, so don't worry about it. More importantly, sure they came this way? Yep, we have been delayed. Did you hear the sounds, idiot? There's no doubt about it. You have to hurry. Aren't we already doing that? Yes. Lock the door. I'll get the ship launched immediately. Please tell me she's gonna smack him the moment they have a moment to actually sit and talk. Please. Open the hatch via remote control. We'll be launching immediately. Take a seat. What did she say? What? Fire! Fire! Fire till you're out of ammo! It's fine, we'll correct shortly. There we go. A whack and a smack are functionally the same, Elkerblade. Bye. Just fly away. Hell with that. Sortie the airships. We'll go after them. Okay. Oh god, that animation is so rough. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be mean, but wow. Ink. 3 lights getting closer, I think. Sewers. We'll need to evade them somehow. Josh, you know how to fly an airship? The basics, at least. The ship doesn't have any armaments, however. This isn't the best situation for us to be in. Oh, great. Wait, why'd you go for a ship with no weapons? The ship was undergoing maintenance, so the security was lighter. It was an emergency, so I didn't have time to be picky. Emergency? You don't mean the fact that I was caught on the Glorious? Enough. We're going to be flying rough, so hang on to something. Considering this is a game that was intended to be on the PSP. Yeah, right. I mean, that's about right. Right there. Yeah, exactly, Multiplane. It's bad. The guy chasing us seemed pretty good. The pilots have been put through the Society's pilot-focused enhancement programs, most likely. They'll be very good adapting to the unusual, but far more common tasks like chasing down a ship, they're very good. Get it, they're like the guys from earlier. They're bad at adapting. Maybe we can cause some kind of accident. Oh, that wasn't our ship. What? Ha! Okay, that actually isn't what I was expecting. Legitimately. Joshua, you're on that ship, right? What's that voice? Yes, it's me. What are you guys doing here? I thought you'd be out of Liberal by now. My brother's got all worried you might run into a problem, so we've been shadowing that flying whale for a while. Really? Who's the one begging us to follow Joshua, looking all worked up, ready to faint? Hi, all. Enough, you two. Besides, we have a little payback to get the Society ourselves. I thought we could stick around until we settle our other debt. Thank you. You saved me. Ah, you better be very grateful. We've had an eye on you for a while and noticed you weren't firing back. Some kind of problem? I had to take a ship with no armaments. It's proven to be a bit of an issue. I can imagine. What do we do then? Right, we'll split them in two. You can probably lose one, right? It's a plan then. Could someone do me an extremely random favor? Look up how many pages are in the... Visions of the Future, I think is the name of the book. It's the second of the Thrawn duology of Star Wars, back when the EU was a thing. Wait, did we do it? Are we free? Okay. 528. Damn, that's longer than I thought. Thank you. Doesn't feel like a long book. I can smash through that in a couple hours, but then again, 704? All lights are out, it looks like. Seems like we completely lost him. Good. So, I gotta say, I was surprised by the bandits. They're kind of okay. I thought they'd show up out of the blue to save us like that. Maybe I've been a bit too hard on them. Yeah, spacing, formatting, and font size probably changed that. I just saw it says two parties bound to a contract. But I suppose relationships between people aren't that simple. It's all this all of a sudden. Put two people together, maybe they'll fight, maybe they'll be friends. All kinds of stuff can happen. That's just how people act, you know? Yes, how people act was never clear in the world I lived in. Kill or be killed. Take or be taken from. Until I met you, my life was an endless cycle of such... simplicity. And you had some good times with Love and your sister, right? Love told you about that, did he? It's true I have those memories, but they feel like someone else's. After my heart was shattered, my memories of Hamel were no longer my own. I think it's because I gave up being human and chose to become a puppet. I do clearly remember my sister's death. She and I were attacked by a man laying in wait for stragglers. He swatted me away and forced my sister to the ground. At the time I was too young to know what he probably meant to do. All I knew was he was hurting my sister and I had a bad feeling, so I grabbed his back. I remember getting crushed and thrown off immediately. Somehow, though, I managed to get my hand on the man's gun. Thinking about it, I wonder, did I have a talent for killing people, even then? I'd never been taught how, but I still removed the safety and pulled the trigger with no hesitation. The man fell over, spewing blood from his mouth, looking confused. At that moment, I finally realized I'd shot a man. He wasn't quite dead yet, though. He jumped up, combat knife out, screaming and gurgling incoherently, with murder in his eyes. I curled up and closed my eyes like I was being attacked by a wild animal. There was no impact. I was embraced by something soft. I opened my eyes. There was my sister gently smiling at me. The man had collapsed at some point, and Love was standing there, dumbstruck with horror. My sister, cradled by Love, gave me her harmonica. And then she closed her eyes. I remember every detail, you see. But even talking about it doesn't make me feel sad. It's just like tugging at the heart, like reading a stranger's diary. The same is true of my time with you. I do think I was changed a little by touching your warmth. I learned happiness and joy with you, and I finally came to think of you as someone dear. But somewhere in all, it felt like it was distant. I suspect that's what my real self was feeling. The empty void of the broken puppet that is Joshua Astray. We can never be together, you see. We have to will they, won't they, for at least 3 more chapters. Please smack him upside the head. Please. This is goodbye, Estelle. Please do not chase after me anymore. I was a little happy to see you one last time, but even so, we should not be together. Being with someone like me will never be good for you. To be frank, you will only be a burden to me. You're a terrible liar, you know that? What? Please smack him! Listen, I've seen it hurt a lot since you left. Now I think I understand. I understand the reason you left. The real reason. The one you haven't even admitted yourself. You can't bear to be with me because your heart's broken? You feel like being with me is someone else's story you could ever have? Come on. I'll be a bad influence on you. Or, you'll hold me back. What? That's a bunch of garbage. Every single one, especially the last one. Yeah, lies? No, Joshua, really, listen. I understand now. You're really, really scared. You think it's your fault your sister died. You'd never ever forgive yourself if something happened to me. That is why you ran away from me that night. Everything else was just pinned on afterwards. That's ridiculous. Weissman's conditioning left me incapable of feeling fear. He took away my ability to feel it so I wouldn't hesitate during an operation. You're a little off target, I'm afraid. I'm not talking about something superficial. Joshua, you said you can't help but feel like your sister's death happened to someone else, right? Do you know why that is? Of course, it's because I'm a broken wreck of a human being. No. Wrong-o! We aren't letting self-pity get in the way here, okay? Joshua, you just don't want to remember how awful it was when your sister died. How you blamed yourself for it. Unconsciously, you've been trying to think of it as someone else's problem. To get away from it. A lot of people do that. Including like 5 other people in this game so far. And on that ship, don't tell me you weren't afraid there. I mean, it's a lot of work just to sneak on board, right? But you didn't even hesitate to help me escape. Almost as you were trying to get me away from danger as fast as you possibly could. Danger you were afraid of. You aren't a broken wreck. You're just scared. Well, it's because you care for people so much it breaks your heart, and you're lying to yourself about it. That's how I see it. And I know I'm right. But why? Have you forgotten I am Liberal's #1 Joshua watcher? Now that I know all about your past, too, I'm the biggest authority on Joshua Astray in the world. I know more than Weissman or Love either. Joshua scared, Joshua brave, Joshua lying, Joshua honest. My beloved Joshua. I finally found you, Joshua. I finally reached you. Oh, that's actually adorable. I need to say this. I don't want to just be the one person you feel like you have to protect. As long as I'm a bracer, I can't stay away from danger. That's not going to change, even if you leave again. It's what I have to do to be who I am. So Joshua, let's make a promise. A promise? Let's go forward together from now on and protect each other equally. I'm strong enough to cover your back, Joshua. If you're at my side, there's nothing I can't beat. No matter what kind of crazy nonsense the society throws at me, I won't die. I mean, she's the PC. So you don't need to be afraid from me anymore. I promise. Estelle? And he's the one who starts crying. I haven't been able to cry since Karen died. Oh. I can never even shed tears as an act, but now... It's okay. Yeah, no, I feel that one, Mr. Root. No one's looking. Try as long as you want. I'll just hold you like this. God damn. That was actually a good scene. Still kind of was hoping for the smack, but... Three negatives. Yes? Can I help you? What do you want? What do you want? That was, a little embarrassing. No kidding. Oh, right. Here, let me return this. 10,000 negatives. Romance. Seriously, Joshua, this is your only memento of Karen, right? You shouldn't just fob this off on others without thinking, buddy. Yes, it was a bit thoughtless of me, wasn't it? I was kind of wondering, what kind of person was she? Dude, you were 6. She was friendly to everyone she met, kind almost to a fault. She had dignity born of humility. She and Love, the Love back then, were perfect together. I was always a little jealous of them as a child. Friendly, kind, dignified, so she's kind of like Chloe, then. It's a good comparison, thinking about it. Karen didn't look like Chloe. She had my eyes and hair, but they were similar in spirit. Still? Oh, nothing. Speaking of Chloe, you realized you worried her and everyone else sick, too, and not just me, right? You have some serious groveling to do when we get back. Still, if you say something like, oh, I don't have the right to go back, I'm going to drag you back by your hair, okay? Sure, you were a Weissman spy, but you didn't even know it, right? Even helping the bandits get their ship back was done to try and stop the society. If you tell Dad the society's plan, that'll make it even. That's what they call a plea bargain, right? Actually, no, not at all. Thank you, Joshua. That's not quite how a plea bargain works. Besides, even if you want to stop the society, you can't get back on that ship, can you? In that case, your only option is to work with us, Buster. If you hadn't been abducted, I could have destroyed the Glorious as I originally planned. Yeah, sorry. Wait, hold on. How could you say destroy the Glorious so easily? I know it's the society we're talking about, but you were really going to kill them all? It'll take nothing less to stop Weissman and Love. Even then, there's a decent chance they'd survive the destruction of the Glorious. Ah, for the love of... You know what? No, actually, I think it's for the best I get caught. You were going to do something completely crazy. You're all... Estelle's being all cute and naive again, aren't you? No, not at all. It's just that you've matured a lot as a person while we've been apart. But ultimately, you're still Estelle. That makes me happier than I thought possible. Oh. Estelle, why the heck does Joshua's smile still make my heart race? It's because it's been a while, hasn't it? It still gets me, right there. Estelle? Hey, you got along pretty well with that tomboy, right? Oh, you mean Josette. Well, first we had our differences. Even so, we came to understand each other pretty well by the end. Understand? Did you kiss her? What? Question, answer, give. Right. Of course I didn't. Our relationship wasn't like that. Oh, good. Well, then. Can I request a do-over that night? That's a funny way to say that. The first kiss is really important to a girl, you know? It was all your fault that mine got wasted. So you've got to take responsibility, mister. Aww. Is that Josette? It is Josette. Oh my god, it actually is. And then Estelle is like, wait, I'm gonna be knocked out for the 6th time! Thud. Look, I owe you guys a lot, but seriously, please, can I have like 10 seconds? The heck, you got away too, huh? I was hoping you'd stay caught. Gee, maybe I should have thrown you at them as a distraction. I don't think they have, like, grimy tomboys. Come on, Joseph, don't start a fight. That scene was terrible, Surani. I won't object to a brief truce, I hope, Miss Bracer. Yeah, well, you guys did save us back there. So, thank you, really. We wouldn't have made it without you. There's no need to thank us. I don't remember saving you. Keep your thanks to yourself, okay? one of you's getting dragged off to prison after all, it looks like. That aside, what are your plans now? We came to ask if you wanted to come with us, but I'm thinking it looks like we don't even need to ask. Yes, forgive me. I'm not really certain how things will go from here. Right now, they'll all be traveling with Estelle. I see. Ah, whatever. At least there's still a chance. But there isn't. Just remember, if you get tired of Miss Airhead, just come back to us. Always have a place in the Bobcat. Look over there and call me an Airhead one more time, you greasy tomboy. Thank you, Josette. Don, Kyle, I owe all of you so much. That's our line. Good luck, stay safe. Hopefully we'll meet again someday. And yeah, it is interesting that the smaller scout ship probably had an easier time of that than most of the other ships would. Bye, Josette. We'll never see you again, right? Yeah, I mean, they're even going off into the sunset. Right? Okay. Estelle, you do understand the enemies we've made are overwhelmingly powerful. We've captured primarily as bait to lure me out, I suspect. That way the Glorious wouldn't be destroyed in Weissman's absence. Oh. To be honest, Love probably could have saved the ship after kicking her bodies to the sea. I'm fairly sure the reason he didn't was out of pity. Pitied how weak I was, I mean. All the Enforcers are the same. In terms of pure power, they're all masters. Far stronger than me, even Ren. Yeah, blah blah blah, they're super strong. I'll give that negative later. We have picked up what will probably be the hardest fight of our lives. But I do promise. I promise I'll never run from reality again. I'll walk with you till the very end. I promise to the very end. Aww. End of chapter 6. Normally I'd cut off, but like we're way early. So we're gonna keep going. Right after we give some positives. Because, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's... I think we've just seen what the writers could do if they don't keep adding everything. Yeah. Yeah. Frankly, yeah, Melkor Blade. Yes, Cat. Can I help you? No, I have to go type. I can't pet you. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. What do you want? Do you want pets? Here, have pets. This is what you want. Okay. Oh no, Easel. No! I'm legitimately worried we're reaching the point where the gameplay is gonna start, you know, doing the usual curve that most games of all types and genres have. What was better, that scene or the Lotus Elite? That's a good question. I would say this one. Give me a sec to think about this. Yeah, no kidding, Blade 12. I mentioned this in the first game, too. There's a few scenes, like literally 3, in the first game that are just, like, heads and shoulders better written than the rest of the game was. Either because the writing, the localizing, or both just had more time and attention to it. And yeah, that's also pretty normal. You focus on the parts you care about. The rest is just filler after all, right? Best scene in the first game? The last one. No hesitation. The final dialogue between Estelle and Joshua is without hesitation the best written scene of the game, bar none. Yeah, that's not even a question. I know it's weird that the Duke didn't manage to beat out that scene. And yeah, I think I'm going to remove the Sasuke negative. If they really went the Sasuke route with it, then yeah, that's terrible. I'm still debating that one. I'm still debating those two. And I think that's it. All right. Meanwhile, this is Blue Blanc. Device is in place. I wait the beginning of the ceremony. What's with the eyes? What's with the eye motif for these stupid things? The one on, I can't remember his name. The dragon had an eye, too. Yeah, you remember the towers from, like, the prologue of the first game? Ragnard. That was his name. Moment is upon us. Let's begin stage 3 of the plan. Oriol, sealed in the darkness where Septium's light does not reach. May you gaze upon our poor material world through your gospel. Speaking of the main plot, gaze upon these 4 pillars. They are the final shackles that bind you. Simple they may appear to be, but know their purpose was long shrouded by the decree of man. With hands which bend the will of all, reveal their true form. You know, if the Enforcers are so high tier, why do they pay attention to the Anguis? I mean, we've only met Weissman so far, but for the most part, he seems like he's just, you know, a middle manager. Then again, I honestly don't see what keeps this organization together at all. Nice edge graphics bugged there, by the way. Ladies, gentlemen, our blessed celebration is ready. Now go, enjoy it to your fullest. The tetracyclic towers. The 4 fiends from FF1 and 4. That's another example of the gimmick squad. Just occurred to me. I mean, I know we know almost nothing about the Grandmaster, so the easy answer is the Grandmaster. And that is the situation as it stands, and all the information I gathered about the Glorious. It's quite looking to the mob madness to think a monster of a ship like that has intruded into the barrel. What could they possibly do with something so powerful? Unfortunately, I did not manage to learn the details of the gospel plan. I do know they've already begun the next phase of it, though. They said the third stage of the plan was getting ready to start, but that's about it. The situation's grim. General Morgan, has the army begun to plan a response? Honestly, yeah. Be a good fate. Team Rocket is a different vibe, but that's still a subcategory of the Gimmick team, or the Gimmick squad. These two, as it might be expected, contacted Cassius last night before coming to us. At his suggestion, I put the entire army on state of high alert. We have the entire aerial fleet in the air, patrolling the width and breadth of the kingdom now, Your Majesty. Still, Joshua, thank you very much for your hard work. No, it's nothing. We just did the right thing, you know? To be honest, I should have approached you much earlier. I apologize for my earlier behavior, especially the theft of the airship. Wait, Joshua, it's alright. I'm prepared for whatever punishment they deem fit. Your Majesty, what shall we do with him? Yes, I believe we will have to bend the letter of the law to match its spirit in this case. In light of the information you have brought us, I am willing to pardon you for your past deeds. Really? Okay. It's alright, Joshua. To be honest, an orphan of Hamel deserves a far greater recompense than a queen's simple discretion. As I imagined you do know, that I knew of the massacre and never been quiet about it till now. What do you mean? The 100 Days' War began with a furious declaration of war from Erebonia to Liberl. It was given on the basis that the butchery at Hamel was conducted by Liberl's armed forces. However, as a condition of the treaty that ended the war, the Empire retracted the accusation on the grounds that neither side would ever, under any circumstances, speak of Hamel again. Yeah, called that, too. I mean, I guess they basically said that. Once I considered circumstances, I could, if vaguely, see what happened in the Empire. However, even though Cassius' counterattack plan had gained a significant victories, Erebonia had not committed the bulk of its military to the invasion. If they returned with the greater part of their army, after realizing that, I agreed to their conditions. I chose to prioritize my nation's safety over the pursuit of the truth. I destroyed any hope the victims who were lost in the shadows had for justice. Yeah, no kidding, Hazel. Hey, cat. Why do you attack me? Why do you attack me? I give you food. What more do you want? Those words that that Lionheart said to me, you are hardly qualified to feel pity for me. He was absolutely correct. Your Majesty, please, do not blame yourself. You had no connection to the massacre, and the safety of your entire nation was at risk. As a ruler, you made the right decision. The land of Liberl is my home. It is the place that mended my broken heart. I don't hate you for choosing to protect it. Thank you for it. Thank you, Joshua. To hear you say that feels as though a burden is lifted from my shoulders. Yeah, no, like I said, the politics of this situation are honestly pretty clear-cut. If word of this got out, it would be war. The only question is how many fronts it would have. You cannot tell me that Calvert wouldn't take advantage of this, and you can't tell me there wouldn't be internecine fighting over it. There's no way. Estelle, I'm so glad you're safe. Joshua, you're both back. You're both back. Chloe, Tita. Hi guys, sorry to make you worry. Really, you two. The way you behave can drive a woman to drink, you know. Oh yeah, Liberl would absolutely burn. It would be the excuse in the middle of two major powers. I feel like I've heard that before. Still, though, good to see you brought back our little runaway after all. Shira, Agate, good to see you two back. I'm certain of this, too. I'm certain this, too, must be the divine guidance of Ideos. Sorry for all the fuss. Dang well better be. Hi, Kevin. Oh, Kevin. Gotta tell you, when you got snatched up, I just about flipped out in every direction I could. Seriously, don't make me worry about that next time, okay? Sorry about that. So then this must be... Yes, I'm Joshua. Pleasure to meet you, Father Graham. Even more handsome than I expected. Wait, you know me? I heard about you once or twice while keeping an ear open for what Estelle was doing. I heard how you helped her when she was in need several times. Thank you. That wasn't a big deal. So if you two made up, I won't say anything. Except... just don't leave your girlfriend in the lurch like that again, huh? Otherwise, some of us will take it as a cue that she's single again. I will, keep that in mind. What are you two whispering about? Nothing, just a guy thing. Yes, it's nothing. If it's something dirty, I can show you the girl thing we do with a stick in response. Sid! Nope, that's Cassius. God, they look so similar from the back. General Bright, thank you for coming. Have you gotten the orders out to all forces? Yes, I flew out here as soon as I was finished. I thought it was about time to come and do my duty as a father. We spoke on the phone yesterday, but this is the first time we've met face-to-face in a while. Sorry I made you worry. I knew the oath you made, nearly as much to blame as you are. You needn't apologize, but I must do my duty. It's alright. That's what you're supposed to do to a runaway son, right? Exactly. Looks like you understand now. Just how badly everyone was worried about you! It's just the sort of thing that someone like me wouldn't realize, isn't it? Yes, it's hardly a thing to truly grasp. No man stands alone, even if he tries the hardest to. He is affected by those around him. Conversely, he affects those around him simply through the act of living. Even without meaning to, we form relationships, and in time, those relationships become bonds. And a bond once formed never breaks. No matter how far we travel, or no matter what path we follow, they remain in some form. You understand just how strong bonds can be now? Yes, honestly, I'd underestimated them. I don't understand how powerful they could be at all. You've learned then that I think your little walking tour was worth it. Hug. Okay, I was actually gonna be mad if the hug didn't follow the slap, because the hug needed to be there. Josh, you're a damn fool of a son of mine. Might say half the foolishness comes from the parent myself. It's a lovely moment, Morgan. Come now. God, who else is showing up for this scene? Schwartz. Julia. There are massive groups of unidentified creatures in all the major cities. They may be archaisms, but we're not sure. So they started moving. We've received reports of herds of armored beasts and soldiers wearing red in every region. Local guard forces are engaged in fighting them back. I should return to Hackengate immediately. Schwartz, there couldn't possibly be more. There is. We lack details, but there's an abnormality at the towers. Yeah, step one, summon demons. It just keeps coming up. The top of each tower has been engulfed in darkness. Turbo, evil, darkness. Yes, darkness. Darkness, darkness, darkness. Darkness, darkness, darkness. Darkness. Darkness, 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 darkness. I did when my bad feelings turned out to be right. Furthermore, a guard troop on patrol attempted to approach one, but it began suffering catastrophic system failure and only barely managed to pull back. Horrible suspension. What about ground-based? I've already dispatched them. No word back. Excuse me, ma'am, I have a report. The scouting units deployed to the towers have all been destroyed. Every squad was scattered by just one person. Yep, one enforcer per tower. So 4 dungeons, 4 enforcers. And we have less than 4 chapters left. What do you want to bet this is the chapter where we go fight them? Even though they literally just emphasized how we're no match for them. The Society's on the move. As a bracer of Liberal, I can't just sit back and ignore them. I'm going after them too. Either way. This isn't just Estelle either. I'm coming as well. I have my own personal reasons for wanting to confront one of them, after all. As do I. One is, you ain't the only one tied up in this. They're running off without us, got it. It's just the kind of time we all need to work together. I'm going to make a formal request of the Bracer Guild on behalf of the Royal Army. I want you to investigate and resolve each of the Tetrasolic towers. Bring the phenomenon to a halt, and if possible, apprehend those responsible. Grandmother, will you lend us the Arcee? Your Highness. Certainly, this is a situation which demands haste. I was about to say, this is a we need airship situation. I was considering offering the Arcee regardless, but if you're asking yourself, does that mean you're ready? No, not yet. When I return the ship, however, I will have my answer for you. Very well. Libero's wings of hope are yours to see as you see fit. Welcome to the halfway pit. Oh god, kill me. Kill me. Okay, we're okay. Welcome to the end of the prologue. At your command, milady. I mean, the plot did unironically just start. I believe it. This is a long game. Olivier has to go to Erebonia. Yes, it was due back a long time ago. However, he so monopolized my time, I delayed for a while. Sorry, I guess it's my fault. Not at all. Don't you worry your precious head over it. In return for accompanying you hither and yon, I was able to reunite with my dear, sweet Joshua. You're the same as always. Say, Olivier, you... never mind. Thank you for taking the time to help Estelle on her journey. Apparently followed my whims. You need not be so guarded. Though if you insist on a passionate farewell kiss, well... Yeah, no, that's enough, thanks. Can't you say goodbye at least seriously once? I thought you'd learned by now. I'm always serious. You have great trials ahead. Be careful. Know that Olivier Lindheim shall pray for your success from the skies of Erebonia. Next time we meet, try ditching the love-struck idiot act, right? And he's gone from the narrative, and we'll never see him ever again, ever, ever, ever. Tita, have you been a good girl? Wake up a sec. Why are you here? As you may have noticed, a fair bit's going on. They brought me on board a few days ago. Far more importantly, Estelle, Joshua, it does a good old man's heart good to see you two back safe. Yeah, we managed it somehow. I'm sincerely sorry to override you, Professor. No, my boy, my boy. If you're back safe, that's what matters. So the business at hand is the towers and the strangeness. Do you have any suggestions for which tower to start with? The closest are Amberl and Cornelia, but really they're all the same now. Yeah, with the Arcee's speed, the distance doesn't matter. My advice, prioritize targets where we have solid information. We received an update from the scout unit dispatched to Esmelis. A masked man in formal white clothing. Must be the Phantom Thief guy. Being defeated by one man. Seems he had the skill to back up all the bragging he did. Blah blah, and forces are super strong. Blah 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 blah. Fighting him's gonna be like fighting a riddle. That sounds ducky. Still, knowing who the enemy is will make it easier than the other tower. Let's go to Esmelis first. I was wondering if they'd give me a choice. And yeah, no, I've noticed it. I'm really wondering if it's on purpose or not. Because again, this is a semi-low budget game, so it's entirely possible it is not on purpose. So ends the moratorium I placed on myself. No, I may have one chance left, perhaps. Wait! Dorothy. Ah, you too. Oh, they're gone. You making time? Ugh. What ho, good reporters. Were you hoping to get on board as you did during the Dragon case? Yeah, and we heard Josh was back. Yeah, whatever. Dorothy, grab a shot. If you use the long-distance lens, we should be able to get a usable shot. Aye, aye, sir. Bye, Olivier. Oh, there's Mueller. You said your goodbyes, such as they were to make, yes. How have your preparations come along? I managed to arrange everything with my uncle. As for Chancellor Osborne, he actually found the idea to be perfectly timed. He just seemed like the kind of man who would be well liked by the Liberalians. It's be a grand procession. You have the nastiest hobbies. I can already see their shocked expression in my mind. Ah, but that's a large part of the goal, my friend. So when next we meet, we shall be foes. Do not lose the likes to society, my erstwhile Liberalian allies. Dun dun dun! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry. It's time to kill Olivier. Done! Yeah, done, 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 you might even say. Oh, seriously fast. It wasn't even 30 minutes. About 3 times as fast as a big passenger ship. What's happening on top of the tower? Let's put it on the display. What the hell is that? What is it with the Japanese and runic magic spheres? Like the waves that's confined to the top of the tower. I wouldn't recommend we get close. Julia, how will we get to the surface? Grade is too rough to land the Arcee. Arcee? We should be able to get close enough to lower the lift while hovering. We're more or less literally going to jump. Well, let me just, I'll tab over here to Yay All Day Walkthrough, which I don't even have up here. Hang on. Oh, I do have it. Here we go. Any side quests? It's the only thing I really care about. Here we go. Tetracyclic Towers. Anything? Anything? Looks like no, actually. No side quest in this chapter. Okay. Let's take Kevin and... for this one, we'll take Chloe. Because we're going after Blue Blanc. See if we can swap that later. I wasn't going to bring Chloe, but yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was just kind of seeing what there was to do here. Reminds me of simpler times. Now think about it, we have done a lot there. It's kind of where it all began, you know, our first real job. Yeah, rescuing the kids. Of course, Dad ended up stealing the spotlight, as usual. Does sound like Mr. Bright. My usual drinking partner's gone back to the Empire. I feel like I was giving him a farewell toast. You two make for an odd pair, thinking about it. Yeah, we don't have much in common except for love of alcohol. That's why we got along so well. People that enjoy seeking out different things for themselves, after all. Are priests even allowed to drink alcohol? Well, to be precise, no, it's forbidden. I'm sure ideas and our infinite grace would give me a trespass or 3. Alright, what do we got? Issue 9. We'll have to read that. What are we doing? We'll buy a couple items here. Firefly fungus. Right. Of course, Joshua's already fully upgraded. Ooh, okay. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Straight to the professor, huh? Yeah, I thought I'd peek in and see how the research is going. He's already begun looking at the strange barrier around the towers. Uh-huh, he's looking into that too. There's something else he's researching. Something else on top of everything that's going on? He's shouldering another project? Even for Russell. So I want to help with whatever I can. But I'll help you too if you need help. Nah, you stay here. They've got crops growing in the laboratory. Gosh, I found a base for a certain piece of equipment I'm developing. But like that, I've gotta know. Sorry, can't speak more of it. We've gotta save it until later. Okay. Alright, let's read that newspaper, shall we? Let's see, that was issue 9, I want to say? Yes, here we go. The Royal Army, the same organization that in the past refused any cooperation with the Bracer Guild, is now engaging in joint tasks with the recent Dragon operation. It's clear from these recent efforts the fundamental change is happening, and Cassius Bright is serving as the central role and driving force behind this change. In reforming the army, it's said that General Cassius had one ideal in mind from the start. The ideal is the independent mobile force he commanded during the 100 Days' War. As indicated by the emphasis on independence, this unit was small in scale yet organized in a way that it could execute operations entirely on its own. Using the newly developed airships, these kind of units were able to drive chaos into Imperial lines by swinging behind them and dividing their troops. This maneuver is credited with turning around the war, and it was made possible by the small-scale units and rigid cooperation between all branches of forces. It's hard to imagine that in General Cassius' thoughts these lessons weigh heavily. The General's ideals are permeating through all branches of the Royal Army. The Dragon operation serves as a good example. The Border Patrol, the Air Force, regardless of each unit having their own chain of command, were able to adapt the situations on the fly. Oh god, I missed a donation from Blue Dragon. Don't worry, I'll look at it, I swear. I'm so pathetic and terrible. Hang on. Ugh. Hang on. I remember this because Blue Dragon donated like during the big scene, and I was like, I'll come back to that. Hang on. First of all, thank you, Blue Dragon EXE. If you're even there anymore, which you probably aren't. Second of all, I'll put that towards Dual Hearts, Mega Man Star Force, and Mega Man Battle Network. Much appreciated. Thank you. Ahem. The General's ideals are permeating through all branches of the Royal Army. The Dragon operation serves as a good example. The Border Patrol, Air Force, regardless of each unit having their own chains of command, were able to adapt to changes in the situation. On top of that, even after the operation failed, it's important to note that the Commander President was able to request cooperation from the Bracers, a move previously unheard of. From all across Liberal, eyewitness reports of unknown soldiers wearing bright red armor are pouring in. Witnesses have taken to calling them Crimson Soldiers. Some unconfirmed reports suggest they are using airships as well. The Royal Army is upping security, but recommends not being distracted by rumors. In response to reports of unidentified armed groups, Army headquarters has decided to issue a alert status. Distant military posts are reported to be shutting down passage on the roads in preparation for combat. Army HQ is observing the situation carefully, also deploying troops from Lyston Fortress to all major cities. Information is difficult to confirm at this stage, but we will urge our readers to remain calm and act responsibly.